What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the after party presented by us, HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is night number 2 of the Arlington Major. Again, the after party. For those that are new here, here's what we're doing. First and foremost, we have drops. We have the community drops. So if you have not earned your drops yet from watching the community streams that have been going on, then feel free to stick around, get those if you're interested. If not, that's fine too. If you already have them, recommend you stick around anyway because we have a lot to talk about. What the after party is every night after the major has concluded for that day, we will recap what had happened, the upsets, the games, the series, the moments, whatever it may be. And I should just say, my name is Josh, aka JK Fire. This fucking night, I'm obviously joined by, this time, the man in the plaid, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you doing on this Saturday night? Because it's night now. It's nighttime now.
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm tired. It was a long day of Halo. I didn't expect the broadcast to go this long.
It was a long one today. Like, holy shit.
But man, did we have some exciting matches. It was a little wild today.
We absolutely did. Will, before we actually get started here, wanna just, Will, can you hit us on the screen, please? Can you switch the screen over? I want to show people this real quick. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Wootum put out a tweet that says, "We finished top 6. GG's to everyone we played. Not too bad for my first HCS major. And shout out to my team for being insane as per usual. I appreciate the support from everyone during the whole tournament. Until next time." Some idiot replied, "Literally cheating with mouse and keyboard, pussy." So Wootum's mom replied, "Get out of here, shitter."
That's great. That's freaking great.
Just got to give a shout out to fucking Wootum's mom, dude. Hell yeah. Fucking shout out. All right, you can put us back on cam. I just really wanted to. I wanted to shout that out. I thought that needed to be shown.
That's pretty epic.
Started.
That's
right?
pretty epic.
Wasn't that fucking sick?
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out Wootum's mom. And also the best part is that she literally used the term shitter.
Yeah.
Which is one of our rules: is don't be a shitter. So that person would constitute as a shitter. And Wootum's mom is like, "Fuck out of here, shitter." Oh my god, it was awesome. What's up, Daddy? Dapper as fuck for the after party. We're trying, you know, as I like try to like sneakily hide my Sentinel shirt that I'm wearing right now.
Oh no!
No, I'm just kidding. Not trying to hide it, obviously. Akusa, Josh, can you read me a bedtime story? No, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry, not sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the after party. We are gonna break down what happened over the course of the day, which was a lot, to say the fucking least. But without further ado, before we get into things, I want to give a shout out to those who just who are coming in today, giving us the good old follow and hanging out. We got Knight, Mr. Chief Canef. I'm going to mispronounce that and I apologize. Spartan XPW, Rhino, and Frosty. Thank you so much for the follows, everybody. And then Tristan with the bit, hashtag bit by bit. Thank you so much.
Is it Kane FX?
Oh. It might be. Yeah, I think it's Kane. I think you're right. I'm an idiot. I'm tired.
You know me and gamer tags. I was on a mission to get that one.
Yeah, every once in a while I'm allowed to have a dumb one too. So, you know, I'm allowed to have a relapse in my brain functioning. I guess you could say.
Sure.
What's up, Shio? Shout out Shopify. Yeah, they play pretty fucking good too. You know what I mean? Shout out Shopify. Alrighty. Will, should we talk about what happened today? Because a lot happened today. You know what? Actually, before we even talk about all the matches that happened today, what I really want to start off by saying is if this, and I told you this as well. Oh, fuck. Hold up. What the fuck just happened? Was that Beiji?
Oh.
Beiji with the 10 gifted subs. My voice is going to be fucking shot by the end of this weekend, but that means
10 woos.
Woo, 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 woo. Thank you for the 10 gifted. So fucking appreciated, man. Holy shit. You know what that puts us at? 117 subs. 117.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Fucking shout out, dude.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. And Smith, thank you guys for the follows. And Bazooka Headshot, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the after party, everybody. Welcome. What's up, Brooks? Welcome back. Good to see you. So, before we even talk about Valkyrie, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the after party. Before we get into the matches, I say it all the time, and I'm going to repeat it right now. It may or may not even be the title of the show next week. Will, I had mentioned it to you previously, and I know people will hate me for it, but I don't fucking care. If this tournament was any indication, if this major was any indication, then I am here to tell you, fine folks at home, online doesn't fucking matter. Period. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Eldemon, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Appreciate it greatly. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. So yes, the only open team that didn't make it through was the one playing with a sub. Yeah, Noodle, what fucking, we'll talk about all that shit, I promise. Fill it up later. What if I want to fill it up now? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Gibble says, these after party streams are fucking awesome. No, you're fucking awesome. God damn. I'm confused. Online doesn't matter, but my mom said it does. No, Twitch chat says it does. Casualty, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Greatly appreciated. You're right. You guys are all awesome, but like when you go into like the general Twitch chat of like the Halo channel and whatnot, like, oh, they played so well in the online qualifier. Only that fucking mattered. Please do these after parties for other majors. These rock. London might be in the cards because we're not going to be there.
Right.
But it really depends on time because they're in a different time zone than us. So that might be a little weird. But we can try to make something work there. I would love to do them for Atlanta, SLC, and Worlds. It's just that might be very difficult.
Well, yeah, you're possibly going to Atlanta and SLC.
Correct. That's why it might be really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. Twitch chat also says KD matters. Yeah, Twitch. Oh my God. You guys are smarter than that, right? Come on. Also, let me also preface before we get deep into this shit. Will and I are very tired right now. Okay? Not necessarily an excuse, but I wanted to put that at the beginning here so that if I say something snarky, like if I say something snarky to anybody in chat or whatnot, please don't take offense to it. Like, please don't take it directly. Just understand that I might be really tired and be like, fucking jab you a little bit. You know what I mean? So like, please. Yuppie Gosto, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Thank you so much. If anyone's bored later and wants to whisper me some Discord advice, I'd appreciate. Mine's been busted for months now. That's unfortunate, Ron. Also, I miss you. Hi, Ron. Too toasted to sweat. The after party in the hotel lobby. The after party in this Twitch lobby, I guess you could say, if that's what it is. Playing cards at your mom, John? Your mom's John? Awesome. Yo, Chris! Thank you for the 100 biddies. Greatly appreciated. Mallow with the gifted sub.
Aye.
Thank you for the gifted sub. You get a woo! Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. How about those Darkest Hour boys? Yeah. We'll talk about it. Okay. Will.
Yeah.
Let's just break. Before we get into gameplay, I guess you could say, let's just talk about how series went. Okay?
Okay.
And then we can kind of pick and choose what we want to go through, realistically speaking. Okay. Remember when I said I was going to be snarky?
Is that now?
Yep. It starts right now.
Okay.
Now, granted, I wasn't as tired when I typed out this statement, but I'm going to say it anyway. In Pool A, Ascending Baseline took out... it was Darkest Hour that took out Ascending Baseline. And remember what I said? Will, I'm going to ask you this question, and I know you know the answer to this. Why was Ascending Baseline in pool play?
Because of Spytomics points.
Because of Spytomics points. So my literal statement here was, Darkest Hour sent home the frauds in a 3-0 fashion. There's my snarkiness right there.
That's fair, in my opinion.
Oh, my God. And also, I want to make sure it's abundantly clear right now as well. I don't want anybody talking shit about Spytomic, a.k.a. Monster. I don't want any of that, okay? Seriously, don't fucking try it. It's not, just don't. Nothing's ever been proven. Who knows if anything ever will be proven. For all we know, he's not cheating. His land performance was not great. Yesterday, he was not the worst performing player on his team. Today, he also at some points in time was not the worst player on his team. I understand the discrepancy between land performance and online. I fucking get it. I don't fucking care. That's not the point. The fact of the matter is, the only reason why that team was in pool play was because of Spytomic's points throughout the rest of the open events. Ladies and gentlemen, just another reason that online doesn't fucking matter. God damn. So that happened. Congratulations to Darkest Hour. In Pool B, we had a couple series here that I want to highlight and that we can go over some gameplay as well later. So Business made its way through open bracket into pool play. And Will, remember the pool that they got into?
Got in with Native Gaming.
Fuck yeah! I'm like, how ironic is it going to be if they make it in the same pool as Native Gaming? And sure enough, they make it in the same fucking pool as Native Gaming. So, Business had to play through the 3 teams in that pool. Business played against Foe. Foe 3-0'd them. Okay, shout out to Foe. We're going to talk about Foe. Trust me. We'll talk about Foe. Foe 3-0'd Business. And then Native Gaming went up against Business, and Dean was in here. Dean is the CEO, Deranged Native. He's the CEO of Native Gaming. He was in here last night, and he had asked, he's like, do you think, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's like, do you think, or something along the lines of, do you think we're going to make it through, or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, there's a real chance you're going to get sent home. There's a real chance. It just depends on if you guys fucking show up. And they did. They absolutely did. And Will, like you'd mentioned to me earlier, Collect had the series of his goddamn life.
Collect was hot today.
Yes. Especially against Business there. So Native Gaming defeat Business 3-1 in pool play, which means Native Gaming got the 3rd seed in the pool. Business got the 4th seed, therefore they were eliminated from the tournament entirely. In Pool C, Proton went up against Cloud9. Cloud9 was also a team that made it from open bracket into pool play. Proton 3-0'd them. Cloud9 then went up against Sentinels. And here is where shit started. It didn't even start. Shit really hit the fan for Sentinels in this series. Cloud9 beat Sentinels 3-1. They eliminated Sentinels from the tournament because Sentinels got 4th in their pool, and the 4th place team gets eliminated from the event.
Yeah.
I genuinely, and I don't want any fucking moron in the chat being like, I thought that was going to happen too. I don't think anybody thought that was going to happen. You look at that team, they stuck together. They had been consistently a 4th place team throughout all of last year, basically, once they got their shit together. I'm not saying they're winning events, but like I said, I think they were solidified for top 4 team. And they got, for lack of a better phrase, they got shit on. And not only did they get shit on in that series, they got shit on in all their series in pool play.
Yeah, there was something just felt so off with them.
Yes. So Spartan was apparently having issues potentially with his blood sugar and whatnot. He was not feeling 100%. if Daddy's still in here, or if Daddy is in here, then shout out to Swole Daddy for actually assisting with that situation. On trying to help him out as much as he could and tried to get Spartan back on the right track. I said it in Discord, and now that we're live, I'll say it right here and now. We know the skill level that all four of those players have. Okay? We know what they can all bring, but we know how much of a team-based game this is. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. I think that team rides or dies with Spartan. In other words, if Spartan does not have a good game or doesn't have a good series, then they're probably not going to win. So much so that it really felt like it was indicative of what happened with their very, very brief tournament run. It felt like Spartan was off the whole weekend. Like, we know how passionate of a person Tyler is. And I also want to make sure that people understand this is nothing against Tyler, like what I'm talking about. This is just analyzing what we see, right? And he understands too. That's the thing that really irritates me about people. They take everything at such face value. I've said it on the show many a time. There are things that Tyler has said on Twitter that I don't agree with or that I wish he never said. So on and so forth. There were times where I wish he'd be more mature on Twitter. Okay? Will can attest to that. I've said that multiple times. But what I love of what Tyler does is that whenever they lose, if it's a series, if it's getting out of the tournament earlier than they thought they should have, whatever it is, he owns up to it. Every fucking time. He owns up to it. He doesn't bitch about it. He says, GG, go next. And he tries to provide insight as to what could have possibly been the reason as to why, other than the team beating them. He's typically always professional in that regard. And for that, I commend him for it. Because to go out in that fashion, predictions be damned. Like, for them to go out in that fashion, I was dumbfounded. Frankly, I was dumbfounded. And if you go back and you listen to Clutch on the main, shout out Clutch, by the way, for always keeping it real on the broadcast. Love that about him. Always appreciate that. If you go back and you listen to Clutch on the main stage, he talks about how, like, he could see them, and I'm paraphrasing here. I'm not, like, go listen to what he says because I don't want to take things out of context here. But I believe he was talking about how he could see them making a team change. He could see them, like, taking a look in the mirror and determining if that's something they need to do. Because, and I think his words were along the lines of, like, if they got top 8, it'd be a different conversation, but they got top 16.
Yeah, there's also some other outside circumstances with this one, though, right? Like,
yes,
I could totally see them saying, hey, we were just chalked from the get-go. Let's make another run. That's my thing, is that I put, and Clutch even said it on the broadcast, like, he said that he gave them some flowers because they stuck together and whatnot, and that's something that I heavily look into. If a team sticks together, I put a lot more stock into them. What I mean by that is, if you make one change because you're trying to get yourself over that hump, I respect it, like 1,000%. You look at Legend on SSG, you look at Dead Zone on Optic, you look at Renegade on FaZe last year. I respect those changes, right? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I said it at the end of last year, at the end of Worlds, that I would have wanted that Optic roster to stick together. Because what people fail to realize, what people fail to realize is that they still got second at the World Championship. FaZe got hot and they ran. But I also respect Optic's decision to be like, you know what? We do want to go in a different direction. We do believe we can find somebody to get us over the hump, and we do believe that we can be back to winning again. So I put a lot of stock in teams that stick together, like a Sentinels, but I also respect teams' decisions if they make it like a singular change. I don't like when teams blow everything up right away because it didn't go their way to start fresh and to still never fucking win. I hate that. It's open bracket mentality. I fucking hate it. So, again, I I respect the decision. So I was high on Sentinels going into this year. I was very high. I thought they were the definitive top 4 team that other teams fighting for top 4 needed to dethrone. Looks like Shopify is going to be that. And that also kind of as predicted. Like we were talking about how it seemed like Shopify and Complexity to an extent were the ones that were knocking at that door. Okay? And we'll really determine something tomorrow. Once both Shopify and FaZe have some rest and they come in, that's the first matchup of the day. Okay? So I'm excited to see that matchup. I think FaZe wins that matchup just because I think FaZe are better than they showed, especially against Optic. But that is nothing against what Optic did. We'll talk about that series. They played fucking lights out. Lights out. David says, glad more teams are knocking at that door. Abso-fucking-lutely. I could not agree more with that. Could not agree more.
100%.
We say it all the fucking time. More competition is good for the scene. That's what we want.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fucking. So I just wanted to make sure we talked about Sentinels there because, like I said, predictions be damned. Like you said, Will, something just seemed wrong. They are not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing, too, is that they've never. I understand that there are going to be people out there who latch onto this moment and are like, they're not a top 4 team anymore. I want those folks to take a step back and realize they've never been this bad before. They've never been this bad. To go from being a consistent top 4 team to placing top 16, they've never been this bad. Was this the first LAN with Bandits? Yes, Tetra. Yes. So I don't think that this is the downfall of Sentinels. I genuinely don't believe that. I do believe the team runs through Spartan. If Spartan is having a good game, if Spartan is having a good series, if Spartan is fired up and passionate, they're probably going to win. Or at least make it close. But it just didn't feel like that at all. So, to Spartan specifically, Tyler, I don't know if you'll ever hear this, but to you specifically, I really do hope that everything's okay. We hope that if you need assistance or like if you go see a doctor, we hope everything's okay, or you're put on a treatment plan if you need one or whatever it is. We just want you to get better if anything is wrong. And we want you to be competing at 100% because we know what you and that team are capable of doing if you're at 100%. So, good luck to you. Good luck to the team. I know that everybody is fucking downtrodden right now. Understandably so. Try to bounce back. You guys are better than that. I think everybody knows you're better than that. And anybody who doesn't think you're better than what you just performed, those people are fucking idiots. Absolute fucking idiots. Captain, I understand what you're saying, man. But like I said, this was weird. This was weird. It seems like something's going on with Tyler. So again, unfortunate for Sentinels. And that's the thing too, is like I'm never going to take wins away from teams who won. So Sentinels lost. They got out of the tournament. They didn't play well at all. They got what they got. Shout out to the teams who beat them. So then the other series briefly, Shopify against Cloud9. Shopify 3-0'd Cloud9. That was in the pool. And the last pool was Pool D. Complexity 3-0'd Lore. Lore was the last team that made it through from open bracket into pool play. They were the no org team from Mexico. So tapping buttons team. Shout out to them for making it through. We have a couple series we'll highlight about them. Speaking of which, Lore went up against Bittersweet. Lore 3-0'd Bittersweet. And there was a game 2 50-49 Slayer that we may or may not revisit as well. So again, just briefly, 3 out of the 4 open bracket teams, they caused upsets in pool play to make it into champ bracket. That's Lore Gaming, formerly No Org.
Yep.
Which is the Mexico roster. Cloud9 from North America and Darkest Hour from North America. Business was also a North American team, but they did not make it through into pool play. The other thing here, let's talk about Wootem for a second.
Okay.
Youngest player in the HCS currently at 17. His first HCS LAN. And the first MNK player to make top 8 in Halo history. But not only that, they finished the tournament top 6. So, shout out to fucking Foe. Shout out to Foe. Is the Maddie on Passion United? Y'all sponsor the Maddie who team with Woodham and Splitgate? I don't know if they're the same person, to be honest with you, but yeah, the Maddie on Passion United is the one that we sponsor. So I don't know if it's the same one. Noodle. I'm sorry. Should ask Maddie that question actually. Curality, I apologize for missing you earlier. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the after party. Woodham became an icon in one tourney, dude. Seriously. Where did they find him? Splitgate. He used to play for Space Station, as a matter of fact, on their Splitgate team. Foe gonna be straight ripping? I hope so. I hope that's who they pick up, man. I really do. That team deserves an organization, man. They deserve an organization so fucking bad. Arc Chaos and Revolution Death Squad, thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to the after party. And Mr. Epic Beast with the 2-month resub. You get a woo! Thank you so much for the fucking sub, dude. Thank you. Yes, Beth. Quadrant made history twice over at Arlington last year. They eliminated Optic from the tournament, which was hilarious. And that's the thing, right? Is that they eliminated Optic from that tournament, but nobody sits back and was like, oh, see, they're not as good as the fuck everybody thinks they are. What?
Might be different Maddies.
Oh, thank you for looking into that. Uncle Pumpy says, as a mouse and keyboard player, it's nice to have some top 6 representation. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, Optic fucking annihilated FaZe today. What's up, Subaru? Welcome back. Juan, welcome back as well. Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. Again, everybody that's tuning in live, welcome to the after party. Hope everyone's having a great fucking night. What a great day of Halo, right? What a great day. Let's talk about some champ bracket series that took place. And again, we'll get into gameplay in a little bit, I promise. So I'll go winner's bracket first, then we'll go to loser's bracket. Winner's quarterfinal, Space Station went up against Quadrant. A game that I want to highlight later is game 1 was Strongholds on Solitude with the crazy fucking comeback, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Winner's semifinal, Optic went up against FaZe. Optic 3-0'd FaZe. And I have here that Optic never gave FaZe a chance to breathe during the entire series. And Will, I loved your point. Do you want to make your point now about the aggression?
Yeah, I basically said where we saw Optic sit back a lot and try to set traps, they were actually pushing the enemy, winning their trade battles. Like they'd get 3 or 4 down for FaZe and Optic would be the last ones alive. Like they usually last year, it felt like they would lose those battles. They would be the ones going 4 down or losing all members in the trade battles. So awesome to see the change, and maybe Dead Zone brought that, or they're like, we are doing something wrong, let's fix it, and they came together as a team, and it's looking good.
Absolutely.
Not expected.
Yeah, I'll get to my point in a second here as well. But Suber with the fucking 3-month in advance sub. I think that means right now you get 3 woos.
Oh wow.
Woo! Thank you, Subaru, for the fucking 3-month in advance sub. Jesus Christ.
Very generous.
Shout out to you. Love you too, Subaru. Thank you so much. Okay, my point on the Optic thing. So again, predictions be damned, because Will and I have like predict FaZe that would win the event in our
we did.
pre-show. Again, predictions be damned. We don't have bias towards a specific team or whatever. We focus on the games that are being played. And Optic played phenomenally. Another point that I wanted to make was that was the first match, in my opinion. That was the first match, in my opinion, that FaZe got tested the whole tournament. They were not tested in pool play. And they realistically were not, no offense to Foe, but they weren't really tested in the winner's bracket until they had that Optic matchup. That was the matchup that I'm like, this is going to happen. It's kind of inevitable at this point. How do they respond after winning Worlds last year? How do Optic do now that they've made this team change, which they believe is for the better? But there's all that speculation around it's a lateral move between APG and Dead Zone and blah, blah, fucking blah. They played lights out. From the moment game one started, you look at Optic and you're like, what the fuck happened? And then you look at FaZe and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Right.
Part of me believes, and I know people shit on me for this, part of me believes FaZe just didn't come out hot. Like I didn't feel like they were prepared as much as they should have been for that matchup. Optic just came out swinging and they hit everything. Like,
well, the crazy thing is, to me, is Optic hadn't looked like that the entire tournament.
Yeah.
Or in anything prior.
But Optic as well hadn't really been tested up until that point either. Like, and this is fair. No offense. It's no offense to the other teams that they're playing against. It's just, there's a reason why. Here's another reason why online doesn't fucking matter. Guys, remember how Optic came in with the 5th seed for this event? Do you remember that? Do you guys remember how Optic came in with the 5th seed this event? Huh. Crazy. No idea why when they look like that. That's insane. So, in all seriousness, yeah, I never saw Complexity as being a top 3 team yet. You know? And then the other 2 teams in their pool, no. Like when you're going up against a former world champion roster with Sans Dead Zone, like they're gonna win. And this is why I thought this was going to be their first real test for both teams, Optic and FaZe. FaZe coming off their win, like, I don't really believe in the complacency type thing. I don't believe in like the Super Bowl slump. You know what I mean? So with that out of the way, and then also looking at Optic, what are they going to do now that they made this team change, which they believe to be for the better? I think it showed that it may be for the better. Now, granted, we're 1 series deep.
Right.
Okay. We're 1 series deep so far against a FaZe team who I don't think showed their potential. Nothing against what Optic did, because what Optic did was shut them the fuck down from moment go. They did. But now I'm really curious, after a night's rest for everybody, what that Optic Space Station matchup looks like tomorrow as well. That's what I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, you got Legend wanting to prove he was the right move for the team, and you want Dead Zone and Optic to prove that was the right move.
Yeah.
And might get a little spicy.
It's gonna be a good one. Just Cloud says, actually, real quick, let me catch up on subs here. Revolution Death Squad with the primer and Classic Reflex with the gifted sub. You both get a whoa! Thank you very much for the sub and the gifted sub. What the fuck was I gonna say?
Yeah, well, the storylines from this event, absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. Just Cloud says, I always said Optic got better with Dead Zone and everyone was underestimating them. I don't think people are underestimating what Optic are able to do. And if people are underestimating what Optic can do, Even if APG was still on the roster, if people were underestimating them, they're fucking stupid. Like, how do you underestimate a world championship caliber team who's won multiple lands and in a world championship over the course of the last 2 years? How do you underestimate them?
I mean, I think people did think Dead Zone was the wrong move. They also thought maybe they'd be on the downswing after that Worlds loss, the way they lost it. It was detrimental, and that's why they made the team change.
Yeah, and that's why I don't believe in like the Super Bowl slump mentality. If anything, the reason why they made the team change, when you lose in that fashion, if you are the competitor that we think you are, that you should think you are, then you're going to want to come back and win better, like harder than ever. And that's why they made that change, because they're like, obviously, we know about the Stellar situation, how they potentially had went for him first. They weren't able to because he was still under contract for SSG. Mm-hmm. So they pick up Penguin, or Dead Zone in this case. I liked the move a lot. And this is nothing against APG. Genuinely. I loved the move. Because we know what APG brought to the team, and Will and I sat here and were like, we think Dead Zone can bring that same, but better. And I know it was one series so far. But did you see how Dead Zone played in that series against FaZe? He was phenomenal too. And stats aren't everything, because just because some player has phenomenal stats and some player may not on your team, what positions were you in? Were you laying down damage? Were you assisting your teammates? Like, there's way more involved than just looking at a fucking scoreboard and be like, that player has 4 kills and that person has 20. Like, who fucking cares? So
Daddy says he thinks Dead Zone is a better fit than Stellar would have been.
We don't know. And I don't want to play the speculation game.
Yeah, it is tough.
I don't want to play the speculation game. I believe that no matter who they would have picked up, as long as they are a top caliber player, obviously, then they would have been great.
Yeah.
Haynes, Mozart Plays, and Diller, thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to the after party. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. So yeah. Again, I'm never going to take away a win from somebody, so huge shout out to Optic for fucking annihilating FaZe in that series. Regardless of our predictions. Like, phenomenal games. Holy shit. And then Space Station went up against Shopify. Space Station 3-1 Shopify. The only thing I wanted to highlight really here was like the game 1 oddball on live fire, where Shopify barely getting the last second lead needed to win the second round to tie the game. And it's just a really crazy moment that happened in Tunnel in Rat. So maybe we'll show that in a little bit. And then going to the losers bracket, Foe went up against Cloud9. Foe beat Cloud9 3-2. Went to a game 5. Quadrant beat Lore. That went to a game 5, 3-2. And then, again, nothing against Native Gaming, because we know what their talent should indicate. They just don't have the teamwork solidified yet. They realized they had a bad tournament. And I just don't think they're at the skill level of Complexity at this time. I didn't think they were at the beginning of the tournament either. Complexity swept them 3-0. Foe went up against Proton in losers round 2. Foe completed the reverse sweep, along with the massive comeback in the game 5 Slayer to win the series and lock in top 6. So not only...
Huge series from Foe.
Fucking bonkers.
Yeah, it was insane.
Because not only did they complete the reverse sweep, but they were down in that Slayer towards the end of that game.
We're talking game 5?
Yeah.
Well, they were also, down the oddball round 2 in game 3. Like,
yeah.
That was looking grim.
Yep.
Looking very grim.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So shout out to Foe, locking in top 6. Complexity went up against Quadrant. Complexity beat them 3-1. But this was such a shitty situation, because it seemed like there were so many breaks in between these games that happened. If you guys go look at this series, Like, we'll have the VODs included and whatnot, like in the in our show notes for next week. So be aware of that. But or maybe I'll just post the whatever. If you watch that series, each game was fucking unbelievably close. Like, Quadrant could have taken any of those games. I mean, they did take one of them, but like they could have taken all of them. The CTF Argyle was game 1. It was a 2-2 tie that went into a sudden death overtime, like the reset, where Complexity won it 1-0. Then the Slayer was like 50-48. I think it was 50-45 or 50-48. Something like that. Are you looking it up right now? Scroll down a little bit more. Right there. Left.
Boom. 50-48.
50-48 for the Slayer. The oddball was right above it.
237-253.
And then what was the Strongholds on Solitude final game?
250-244.
Unbelievably close fucking series between both those teams. But Complexity with the ice. So there you go. And then we had in the losers quarterfinal, we had Shopify go up against Foe. This was where, so we thought that Foe were going to take top 8 this event. They got top 6, which is phenomenal, but this is where I'm like, okay, their tournament's going to end right here. They more than likely won't beat Shopify. I think Shopify are a step above them. Just like I said, I thought Shopify was a team that was knocking at the door for top 4 and would be knocking at the door for top 4, if not top 4 all year. So they solidified that. They beat Foe 3-1. And then FaZe went up against Complexity, and it was basically a blowout. FaZe beat them 3-0. Yeah. And I'm still not seeing the FaZe I want to see yet. There were glimpses during that Complexity series, but I'm still not seeing the world championship caliber FaZe that I know that I'm used to seeing. So hopefully we get that tomorrow, because that'll just mean more close matches for everybody, and that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah. And, I have to shout out Wootum.
Oh my God, yeah.
And the crazy plays, being a rookie, first LAN event, the composure, I guess you could say. Some people get to their first LAN event like that, big main stage, big team, and it just doesn't work. But the way that guy played today, it was freaking inspiring, right?
It was.
It's like, oh my God.
I mean, you saw Zarners pop up in the Discord too when Wootum was popping off. So you and Zarners now with the team are going to go win HRL.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to go win Worlds next year, right?
Yeah, Zarners is going to be the next Wootum. Wootum. How do you say it? Is it Wootum?
Yeah,
Wootum?
I think you can say it both ways.
Anyway.
No disrespect to the rest of Foe, but they underperformed in the later stages of the tourney. Wootum was carrying. I think it's okay. Here's my problem with that statement, and this is nothing against you two, Toasted. It's just the statement, right? It's a team game, right?
Yeah.
You have to also think of it in regards of maybe it looked like the other players were underperforming, but maybe they were assisting and putting Wootum in a situation to better perform himself. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, I get what you're saying.
Stat-wise, he did pop off. He did clean up a lot of damage. He got himself involved at the right times.
Yes.
But then you got to look at the rest of the team. They're putting that damage in first to where he can get the double kills, the triple kills, whatever.
Right.
The setup.
It's why stats don't mean everything. Stats don't tell the whole story. And Two Toast, I'm not saying you're saying that. Just from the statement that you put in there, I just want people to understand. Like, that's all.
But you could say that he was frying and making it a little easier for your teammates. And you want that to happen on any team. If one player's popping off, like Lucid, what was he in one of the Slayers, like 17-10?
Yeah.
Like in
fucking
against
insane.
FaZe. Like, we're not saying Optics any less of a team because Lucid popped off.
That was perfectly said. And also, can we talk about how Lucid doesn't fucking die? Can we just talk about that?
He's evasive.
That motherfucker doesn't fucking die.
He's moving and grooving.
At all. Like, the fuck? It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. What were you going to say?
Farrell asks, think more M&K players will join Comp Halo after seeing Woodham. It's possible.
Kind of hope so. Be cool.
I would love to see it. The thing that comes into play is playing mouse and key on the Xboxes.
Oh, yeah, because you have... Yeah, that's a big thing. Because no offense to Woodham, but I know we have a lot of new folks here, but Will, I brought this up. I brought the exact thing that you're talking about up. What if, now they should never be in this situation because the top 2 EU teams get pool play spots. Okay, so they should never be in this situation.
Yeah.
But what if the hypothetical situation where foe or whatever org picks them up, hopefully picks them up, they have to play through open bracket. And Woodham has to play mouse and keyboard and an Xbox. So you bring up a great point that, yes, we would love to see more mouse and keyboard players in the game, but it can be a big detriment by having to play on a console versus the PC.
Yeah. And logistically, it does not make sense for all of open bracket to be PC. It's too costly.
Yeah.
Too much setup, too many other problems that can occur rather than going through the Xboxes.
Yes. Nomi says same disadvantages for everyone. That's the thing though, is that I can agree with that to an extent because yes, we've talked about that before as well. Is that if everybody's on the same equipment, there should be no excuses.
What we heard previously, though, is yes, there's same disadvantages, but then the disadvantages aren't the same between the controller players and the mouse and keyboard players. Mouse and keyboard players are going to have increased input lag. We've heard that there's no room for their keyboard and mouse. Like they have to be like scrunched together. And I think if a mouse and key team goes up against a controller team, they're going to be at a higher disadvantage.
On console.
On console. Yes.
On console. Nobi, thank you for the follow as well. And Grey Worm, thank you for the follow too. Welcome to the after party. Captain Relock, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. And Justice with a 4-month resub. You get a woo! Thank you so much. There isn't a straight ripping roster confirmed yet, right? Correct, Donkey. Correct. And technically, it's not off topic because we're talking about Halo esports in general. We're talking about the tournament.
Yeah.
Straight has a booth. They just don't have a team. So there's that. So there you go. No, thanks for the question, man. Thanks for the question. Also, I didn't say this last night, and I don't want people's questions to be like lost in the Twitch chat. So I'll say this as well. Because we do have a lot of new folks here as well. If you have a question directly for us, just tag us with our name at HCS Pro Talk so we can see it be highlighted for us.
There's also a Discord. Free to join if you want to continue the conversation there.
Yes, absolutely. Pharaoh says, got to talk about lore so close to getting top 8. Abso-fucking-lutely. We joked about it last night about the Kratos tweet.
Oh, yeah.
From January.
Yep.
Regarding like Mexico teams don't deserve to have their pool play spot given to them. Well, they didn't need their pool play spot given to them because not only did they play through open bracket, but they almost got fucking top 8. So... Subaru asks, why don't y'all stream during the games? Because other people are streaming during the games. We wanted to do something a little different this time. We wanted to allow them to do what they were going to do, and we wanted to do what we wanted to do. We wanted to do something a little different, mix it up a little bit. You know what I mean? That's all. If Will can call me dad, I'll order 2 shirts when I go to order on Friday.
Ooh, I mean, Swole Daddy already has that position. It took me a long time for him to earn his daddy. You know?
You're not wrong.
Grey Worm, I can't just give it up like that, Akusa.
Grey Worm says, big changes come in Tuesday's update. Yes, we talked about it yesterday. Yes, indeed. And also, man, it feels good to do this, Will. French toast!
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Greatly
So
appreciated.
he's still making content, that guy, on
Is he?
TikTok. Yeah, he's got a TikTok.
No shit. Good for him.
He does music. It's great.
Good for him. Do you know our episode? Our episode that we used that, like I had that playing on the laptop, that got claimed.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it did.
Great.
Yep. I mean, they're not monetized anyways. It was fucking hilarious. Fulcrum says also a player from Mexico won the FFA. Ethereum. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, he did. And I thought I saw his tweet and he's like, I just want like the rest of his dream to come true would be to like meet Lucid in person. So I think we've seen glimpses of what this new Optic roster can do. For example, when Optic swept FaZe on, I'm not talking about online. I don't give a shit. Do not fucking care about online, because guess what? It doesn't fucking matter. C-Dot, no, it doesn't.
Slightly.
They were the 5th seed. They were the 5th seed.
Because of one tournament.
It didn't fucking matter. C-Dog, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Lucid reposted it, so figure it happens. That'd be great. I really hope he is able to meet him. Yes, I will also be curious to see how they hold up with SSG. That will be a good match tomorrow. And yeah, we got, again, shout out Lore. They had some very, very close series. Some very, very close series. So, shout out to Lore. Shout out Mexico. Making moves, you know? I think that proved right there that, like, fucking don't be knocking them down.
Yeah. Mozart, yes, the tournament continues tomorrow. I believe the stream goes live at noon Central Time.
Noon Central.
Where we see how it all plays out.
Absolutely. Grey Worm says pros dropping F-bombs. Love it. I do love how they've gotten away from the PG mentality of the broadcast.
Yeah.
At least during the after series interviews. Very glad they got away from that. I'm glad you get to see, like, I know the running joke is that you don't get to see a lot of personality from the pros. Some may not show a lot of personality.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they do throw an F-bomb out there, or when Formal comes out and calls Ryan Noob a shitter, basically, like, it's a fun time. It's a fun time. Nora the Succubus, that's a name. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the after party. And Daddy, thank you for the 2 bits. You have a great night. Will, it should be illegal for you to look this dapper in your button down this late at night, is what Daddy says. You gonna unbutton that top button?
No.
Oh, shit. All right, fine.
I didn't put an undershirt on because I knew how hot it gets in here.
I mean, we have the door open.
That's true.
It doesn't get as hot anymore, you know? Tiger Tom, welcome back. It's Lucid's dad, ladies and gentlemen. Says, hey, boys, Papa Lucid saying hello and have a great night and an awesome tomorrow. You have an awesome tomorrow as well. Hey, hope your boy has an awesome tomorrow.
I'm sure Tiger Tom's riding high after that performance against FaZe too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Optic, lights out. Mozart, so it's a running thing that I say on the show that I truly believe that online in the grand scheme of things does not matter in being indicative of how good a team is. I base a team's skill level more so based off of how they play online. Oh my God! Freudian slip on LAN versus online. The reason I say that is the game plays so much differently online than it does on LAN. You ask any pro player that. Ask any pro player. The game is significantly different in its play online versus on LAN. So I put so much more stock in how a team plays on a LAN environment than in an online environment. So while HCS points matter more now in terms of seeding for events, especially the Optic Major, right? You had a qualifying online tournament where the seed that you got in that, like however you placed in that tournament, for that online tournament was where you were seeded in pool play for the Optic Major. Okay. So the points mattered. The points matter in a lot of instances.
but I don't personally put a lot of stock in an online performance versus a LAN performance. Case in point, look at basically exactly how this bracket has come out so far. And there you go. Thonky, I don't know if it was just you who said this. I think somebody else may have said it earlier in the chat too, and I apologize for missing it. Thonky and potentially others have said, I wonder if the netcode update will help improve that a little. I would hope so, but people still need to realize it's still different. Like, it's frankly still different. You're at the reliance of ping. You're at the reliance of, like, server stability. There's a lot of things you have to rely on from an online perspective than where everybody's on the same level playing field on LAN. So while I think the network update should help, should alleviate some issues, if it all works when it releases, come on now, let's keep expectations realistic here. I still believe it is going to be played a little, I still think it's going to be a different experience in a LAN environment versus online. So Mozart, I hope that answers your question. I know it was very long-winded, and I know like I can be an asshole sometimes in regards to the online doesn't matter stuff. But that's how I genuinely feel about it. And I hate the argument that's presented all the time. How are we doing? Did we win or lose?
We must have won.
Scroll up to the top and look at the top right. What was the score?
Oh, yeah, 119 to 100.
Let's go, baby.
Sorry.
Timberwolves winning again. So yeah, that's the way I look at it. And I really hate the argument when somebody in chat, or like not just like our chat or whatever, but in general, when somebody's like, oh, but they reverse swept or they beat this person in this online thing and whatnot. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm never going to take a win away from a team. That's fine. But what was there anything at stake in that online tournament? What was the prize pool for that online tournament? What were there seeds, like, were seeding at stake here? Was there a shit ton amount of points at stake here? Like, what are we talking about? It doesn't really matter. What's up, Silos? Good to see you, bud. So yeah, that's basically where I'm getting at. Stoic Corn, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Last time I mentioned it, if you ignore it, I'll drop it, no problem. But any thoughts on the Rockstar collaboration exclusive being the drops of the major? Not a big fan of it, although I will say, and Will, feel free to chime in as well. I know I'm talking a lot.
You're good. Yeah.
While I wish it was new, I wish there were more new things. I wish that every major had new shit. And while we understand FOMO is a big deal, right? So on one hand, wish it was all new. On the other hand, I am happy to an extent that folks that didn't have the opportunity to get the Rockstar collaboration are now able to do so and not have to buy Rockstar for it. Because that's my bigger thing with these collaborations. It's like, what if I don't like the product that's being offered, but I still want the cosmetic? Like the nail polish. It was cool looking nail polish, don't get me wrong, but like personally, obviously, I'm not going to use it. My wife may have, my daughter may have, I just didn't get it in time. So I bought the code on eBay. Does that make me a shill? Maybe, I don't fucking care. But like, I like the coding. I wanted to get the coding. So I like the idea of folks that don't fucking like Rockstar energy drinks to be able to have the opportunity to get these cosmetics because they're not going to go out of their way and be like, I don't drink Rockstar. Why would I buy Rockstar? So Josh will have a great night. Video just keeps freezing. Let's go for tomorrow.
Have a good night.
Have a great night, Tiger Tom. Get some sleep. Tell your boys to get some sleep. What's up, Majin Blue? Welcome back. Stoic Corn, glad to be here. Glad that you're here. Fucking glad that you're here. AC, what about Charlotte? I clearly missed something and I apologize. I agree with that point, not gonna lie. Cool. Hope they do the Mountain Dew one next, since anyone out of America couldn't get it. That's a thing too, is like, and I also take some responsibility in this. I didn't give out the extra codes that I had. I know I'm a piece of shit, but like, I didn't crack open every fucking 12 pack I have to cut it out each code and give them. So that's on me. I do wish they're available, because it sucks. Like the Oreo one.
Yeah.
Unless you spoofed it, like you wouldn't be able to get that coding. It's a sucky situation, you know? So what are you going to do? Will, how are you doing?
I'm good. Good.
Yeah?
I was literally just scrolling Twitter to see if anything new popped up.
Anything new pop up or no?
Nothing noteworthy enough.
Nothing worthy enough, huh?
There's the general, like, GG's to this team. Go again. You know, all that.
Again, shout out to Woodham's mom for the comment about that fucking idiot in the timeline, said, "Get out of here, shitter." That's right. Fuck that guy.
Looks like Command Station took second in the H5 2v2. Congrats.
Wonder who got first.
They said they lost by 1 kill.
Goddamn.
So it was close.
Two Toasted says HCS Protec armor coding. No. Would be cool, but no.
I mean, I think the closest thing to our color scheme
United.
is the United one.
Yeah, the United red, white, and blue. Mozart Plays says, then sometimes once in a while you find new teams that come up and surprise you. Absolutely. That's the beautiful part. That is the beautiful part about the open bracket scenario with majors, is that if you have the skill and you have the drive to get through it and you fucking fight, you can make your way through open and make a name for yourself and make a statement. And like, I cannot remember, and I don't know if it's ever happened before, where 3 out of the 4 open bracket teams caused upsets in their pool to make their way through into championship bracket. Now, granted, ascending baseline should have never have been there, but that's besides the point. The fact of the matter is 3 out of the 4 open bracket teams made their way through open, fought their way through pool play, got into championship bracket. I don't remember the last time that ever fucking happened. If it ever happened. Not only that, Lore almost got top 8. Like, that's fucking crazy. So it's just, god damn. John the Butcher says, just got here, so apologize if you already talked about it, but do you think it's still a whoever shows up, pick them between SSG and Optic tomorrow, or do you favor one of them? Do you want to go first?
I will say, after the way Optic played today, I have them slightly favored in that matchup. However, we have seen Optic come out starting the day flat sometimes. And there's always that possibility that SSG get the leg up early on Optic.
Sandman, Cloud9. That's it. So we know that these teams, now they both made a team change. I mean, they both made a roster change. And it was like one individual. Okay, they basically like switched. So we know that they play well against each other. They did all year last year. These are new teams, technically speaking. I don't necessarily want to say that it's a whoever shows up, because obviously whoever, like, these are 2 of the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
By far.
Okay, let me rephrase it. Like, on paper for me, this could be game 5, whoever dominates that last layer wins it, right?
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm kind of at right now. Because we said it earlier. This is what we talked about earlier, John, is that this was FaZe's first test of the tournament, in my opinion. And it kind of felt like Optic's first test of the tournament as well. We knew that this match was going to be inevitable. These teams were going to face off against each other at some point, and because of how the bracket shaped out, they face off against each other in winner's bracket. It was kind of expected. And I honest to God believe like both things can be the same. Like both things can be the exact same, where FaZe I don't think came out strong enough, and Optic came out hot.
Yeah.
Both of them can be the same. So, but that win from Optic doesn't necessarily push me over the edge to pick them right away, like hands down, no problem whatsoever over Space Station.
Sure.
Because they haven't played each other yet. I don't know. Is that a cop-out answer? Probably. But I don't know. We have yet to see these two rosters, as they are, compete against each other on LAN this year. We've yet to see it. This is the first time we're going to see it. Anything can happen. Astro says, I don't know if y'all answered this after Sen's performance. Do you think they make a roster change? No. I personally do not. I don't think they need to. I think they had a bad tournament. And guess what, guys? Teams can have a bad event. Clearly, it seems like something was going on with Spartan. Like, health-wise, it seemed like something was going on with Spartan. And that's nothing to laugh at. That's nothing to joke about. Like, if there is something wrong, then we hope he gets the help he needs. So, I'm putting more in the fact of, like, this was so unlike them. We've never seen them do something like that before, that I don't think something like that happens again. Would you consider it SSG's first real test of the tournament then? So this one's a little tougher because they did go up against Shopify, and Shopify I believe to be a fringe top 4, if not top 4 team, even before this event. That's where we were expecting them to be. But, Will, like we say, there are tiers to this. Regardless of Optic annihilating FaZe earlier today, FaZe, Optic, SSG, in any order, are a tier in and of themselves. Until a team is able to take one of them out, and take them out consistently, those top 3 teams are the top 3 teams, period. You can interchange them. You can put them whatever, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, whatever. But those are the top 3 teams. So you know what? Yes. I will say this will be their first real test.
I think that's fair.
Yes. I will say that this will be Space Station's first real test tomorrow against Optic. Yeah. Are we in agreement there?
Yeah. I think it's the first real test. I think it's good that the Shopify match happened today because that like ramps up their competition from what they played earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a good stepping stone. Like you said, Shopify, complexity. I think Sentinels, aside from this performance, are still vying for top 4. So that's going to be hotly contested moving forward. But yeah, I agree that it's FaZe, Optic, Space Station. And again, not in that order. It could be any of those 3 taking it home at these events. They're just so good, and teams will have to step up, prove that they can beat them consistently. And it's tough. I related it to F1.
Yeah.
The other day when we were talking about this season coming up, and that, you know, teams in F1 know they're either competing for the championship, and there's a very small percentage of the 10 teams that are at the top.
Yeah.
And then teams know if they're in the midfield, and teams know if they're just trying to get some random points here and there.
Yeah, trying to just get points. Yep.
And I really feel like it's Optic, Space Station, and FaZe competing for that championship.
Two Toasted asks, how are maps and game types decided for each series? Just random? No, it's not random.
It's decided by the HCS, like right before the event, right?
Correct. Yep. I think teams are made aware. I think Snakebite had mentioned that they're made aware about a week before or so. Not necessarily open bracket. Apparently open bracket was a shit show in terms of finding out what map and game types are being played and when. But I think for like pool play and whatnot, I believe, at least from what Snakebite had said in a previous stream of his a while ago, that they're made aware like a week or so in advance of what the series is going to be. So they are predetermined. They're not random. There you go. And John, thank you, man. John the Butcher. Thank you so much for being here. Elite. Thank you for the brand new sub with the primer. You get a woo! Thank you so much. Tyler, welcome back, by the way.
Oh,
good
hey,
to
Tyler.
see you. I know I was giving you shit last night. I hope you didn't take offense to it. You're amazing, and you know that. Just trying to catch up right now.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Top 6 are locked for their spot in London. Yes, correct. So whatever the top 6 teams are after Arlington, those are the top 6 seeds. So 1 through 6, those are the top 6 seeds for London in pool play. And I thought I saw it earlier. I don't believe it'll be a 3-0 Cloud. I don't think that Optic SSG will be a 3-0. In either direction, like either team. I think it's much closer than that. I could be wrong. We're wrong all the time, but I just don't think it will be. So. And again, for folks that are new here, for folks that are just tuning in, if you have a question directly for us, please just tag us at HCS Pro Talk so I don't lose it in the chat, and we can try to answer it. Yeah, Funky, it's fucking dope, man. Finally, the EU get a goddamn major. Hey, remember when
Where are you going?
Oh, you know exactly where I'm going. I think you do at least. Remember when there was supposed to be a major in Mexico?
Last year?
No, 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it turned out it was actually
Oh, it was a super, right?
No, it was the fucking Kansas City major. Remember when the Pioneers thought that was a home event?
Oh, that's what you're getting at.
Oh my God, dude.
Remember when I sat in the sea of KCP fans with my E United jersey on?
I absolutely remember that. Holy shit.
Oh, good times. Good times.
Great times, actually. Wish they do a major in the Northeast. MLG used to come Philly and New York City. I mean, dude, fucking get in line, okay? Yes, you guys are more populated than we are, but we're waiting for one in Minnesota, goddammit. Get in line.
At least Chicago.
Just get the fuck behind us in line. You can wait. We've been waiting. New here, but getting old, so I should head to bed. Are VODs available to watch the broadcast later? Yeah, so VODs will be on Twitch, obviously, for this. And then also we are recording this, and it will be put on YouTube as well. I just need to upload it. But yeah, it'll be on YouTube as well. Thank you for being here.
Rasta, we will be watching gameplay. We should probably get into that shortly.
I agree, because we do want to go to bed at some point in time.
Yeah.
Tyler says, just come to SLC. That's the only one that matters, okay? All right, bet. Todd Gangstar. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Canada? Oh, Canada. I know that we have friends that would appreciate that greatly.
Oh, yeah.
If there was a Canadian major. But alas, there's not. All right, you're right, Will. Should we watch some gameplay?
Is that Stoic Corn? Have a good night. And thank you so much.
Seriously, thank you very much. We do a selfish promotion real quick, Stoic. We do a weekly podcast every week talking about the scene and whatnot. Obviously, we're going to recap the whole event on Wednesday. So yeah, live shows on Wednesdays, this same channel. Be there, be square, 7 p.m. Central Time. There you go, blah, blah, blah. All right. Shameless plug over. Award ceremony during pre-show tomorrow, and if so, do you have any updated predictions?
Well, Lucid,
kind of a front runner right now for
Main
top Slayer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's followed by all of FaZe.
Yeah, that was hilarious when that graphic popped up on the screen. Literally, Lucid sitting there on his throne, and then fucking all of FaZe right below him. Be like, I'm coming for your ass. Just
I'm trying to remember, I'm trying to think best objective here. Who?
Dead Zone.
Who's made a crazy objective play?
Oh,
I don't recall one.
See, that's what I hate is that people guys, contrary to unpopular belief, because I don't think a lot of people believe this, there are no roles in this game. Like, nobody plays a specific role in this game.
You play positions, and then you like maybe need to fill a position if you're somewhere else, but like it's often like if you can grab the ball and you're there, you grab the ball.
Yes, you're not. Yes, that's exactly it. Is when you are a top team in this league, you need to be able to do everything. Every player on the team needs to be able to step up and do whatever it takes to win the game. There are no fucking roles.
Epic Beast is not wrong in saying Optics Halo team has roles listed on their website.
Sure, and that's fucking fine. Just another reason why online doesn't matter.
Dead Zone running the 2 flags on Aqua today. Yeah, that was legend as well.
I saw Dead Zone having a lot of ball time while having a lot of slays as well. So not only doing what he doing the dirty work on the map, but also getting the objective time. I put that more a notch in his belt.
Yeah,
for the award.
Best coach to Wonder Boy.
Yeah, I would love that. See, my problem with the awards is that it really feels like it just goes to whoever the top 3 teams are at the time, like in that tournament. But I would love if they expanded things further because Wonder Boy, yes, I would love for that to happen.
And even, I think it was Clutch that pointed it out during one of their listen-ins that Wonder Boy was very calm. Like, he's like, camo's up if anyone can get it. Where like, he's like, some coaches will be like, camo, and that puts pressure on players that might make a play on camo when they shouldn't have.
Absolutely. Mozart says, I don't completely agree. Some people are better at range and sniping than others. Some are better at close quarters combat. Right, but Mozart, I understand, and I can agree with that. Some people are just better with a sniper rifle than others. That's why you see players leave the sniper for their other teammate, right?
Which, I love that was added for Infinite.
Yes, the drop weapons. Yes, absolutely. Because now you're not juggling weapons to your teammate with previous Halo titles. But no, Mozart, what we're more getting at is like, you don't have a designated flag carrier. You don't have a designated ball holder. Like, you don't have a designated person that sits in a hill.
I think what happens a lot of times is you have like, you're not wrong in saying someone's better at long range. So like, let's take Pit or Empyrean, for example, Flag Empyrean.
Yes.
You have someone with the sniper, so they sit back, either sword, training,
tower,
or they get to the tower of the enemy team, right?
Yep.
If you're making a flag run.
Yep.
You have people push through green, long, or maybe you another support coming through that side.
Yes.
And you want to like spawn trap them, right?
Yep.
If you're trying to run long, you trap them on S1. If you're trying to do an underbridge, which is rare, you trap them on.
But really fun to see when it happens.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a crazy kooky
trap
run.
Them spawning first in their base. So a lot of the times, the play right now is mostly run it long. So those long players push through. And if that's your setup where you know like this is where we want our players to be, there's a couple players on the team that will generally be quote unquote the objective player then because they're over on that side more. That's their game plan. That's what they practice.
Sure.
But anybody can fill that role. Like if someone else on the team gets a sniper, like anybody can run the flag. Anybody can. So the designated role thing, it just doesn't work for me.
So Mozart, I didn't provide a good enough example because you then asked, so specifically you're saying no one has assigned objective roles. No, I'm going to go even further than that. There's nobody who has a role of like designated slayer. There's nobody who has the role of entry flagger. Like we're not playing Valorant. We're not playing Counter-Strike, right? You know where your nade spots are and whatnot, but like you don't have players buying specific things. You don't have a player who's your entry fragger depending upon the hero that you choose in Overwatch or Valorant or stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Everybody can do everything on the map at any given time. Yes, some players are more proficient with certain weapons than others, but that doesn't put them in a specific role. Hopefully that's a better explanation. Although I probably fucked that up too, for all I know. Bidarnox, probably mispronounced that. I'm sorry. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. And you, the user with the gifted sub again, you get a whoa! Thank you for the gifted sub.
So much. Thonky, we're both logged into the ProTalk account on our laptops, so we both type.
Did you like that Halo 5 statement? That was me.
That was Josh.
Spectacular and Don Venom.
Do we need name tags for the new people? Like,
oh, I didn't add the names underneath. Shit. I'm sorry, guys.
it's all good.
My name is Josh. This is Will.
Hello, Mr. Mayhem, JK Fire over there.
Can you give me a Christopher Walken?
JK Fire.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to the after party. And yeah, I'm sorry about the Overwatch example, but like hopefully that provides a better like overview of what I'm trying to get at. I guess a fucking unbelievably stupid example I could give is, you know how there's specific positions in traditional sports? There are no specific positions in esports or in Halo, in competitive Halo. There's no specific position. There you go.
John with the Jake Fire.
Fuck off.
JK Fire.
Or if you play me in matchmaking and you look at my name, be like, is that JFK? No, you fucking moron. Learn to read. You know how many times I get that? You know what's fucking hilarious? Like, we're off topic for a second. Snag's friends from Long Island.
Oh, yeah. The
Long Island.
The one-eyed crew.
Yeah, I literally played with them one fucking night, and one of them straight up said JFK when trying to read my name. I'm like, are you read? It's not hard to do. Oh, my God. Oh, it was probably a Super Bowl commercial, Mozart. Also, if you guys haven't seen the Paramount Plus Super Bowl commercial where fucking Patrick Stewart throws Hey Arnold
football head.
Yeah, football. the greatest thing about that commercial, obviously Peppa Pig at the end. Oh dear. But also when Tua Tagovailoa, I mispronounced that. When Tua, the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, he's in that commercial as well. And Patrick Stewart is like, oh, not built for the moment, I see. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, it's a dig at Tua. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh.
I laughed so hard.
Well, fucking Creed's here.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Such a great commercial, man.
Tells Drew Barrymore to shut the fuck up, basically. Yeah. That commercial is one of the greatest things ever. Ever. You, the user, yes, Optic won against Phase 3-0. They are currently in the winners final right now, about to face off against Space Station tomorrow. Yeah, Furzilla, Too Toasted to Sweat says, shout out to the Spanish caster. He had me hyped when he got hyped. No clue what he was saying, but I was all in. PD as well. Great job casting a series.
Yeah, Furzilla brought the energy.
Absolutely.
It was great. It was great.
Absolutely. Yeah, shout out PD as well.
Yeah. Another great part of the day.
Seriously. And I won't lie, it really felt cool, like seeing our logo all the time.
Oh, on the Passion United jerseys?
Yeah, it was really cool. So, shout out PD.
Proud moment. Seriously.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, I knew that was going to come up. Tools in the meat comment.
We also went a little too far after the fact with it. Privately.
There was some jokes here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what made it even more funny was hearing the studio behind him crack up.
Oh yeah.
And like just everyone burst out laughing.
Oh yeah.
Like he actually just said that. He said that. That just happened.
You, the user, also catching up. What's the overall consensus about the event for attendees? Better than last year. I know that's a kind of a low barometer, but like, no, just better than last year. There are good things, there are bad things. We'll talk about them later. But yeah. Okay. Gameplay. So let's see here. Before we get into it.
Oh, the tabs.
Yeah, we don't have to go through them all. I just had up the ones that I'd taken notes of.
Sure.
So I guess first, let me see here. Do.
You went Christmas. I was doing Creed.
Can you take me higher?
Yeah. It's going to be stuck in my head now that we mentioned that commercial.
It's a great song. Have you guys ever had Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew? Yes. Have you?
I never tried it.
It's not good.
Okay, well, I will not try it.
It's got like, when you take the first sip, it tastes fine. It's the aftertaste that's like, what the fuck why? Like, it's not hot. It leaves a little tingle, but it's not like, it's not flaming hot. Like, it's just not.
What is the flavor of the dew? Like,
it's like Mountain Dew with like a cinnamony aspect to it. I don't know. I don't know.
Hint of cinnamon.
It's weird. It's just fucking weird.
Can anyone else like describe? Because like it's Flamin' Hot Cheetos. You think like cheese and that's not gonna mix with Mountain Dew.
Yeah, there's not really like the Cheetos flavor. There's no MSG in that shit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, it's just not there. Since you know everything, is foe an org or it's the team name? It's just the team name. Yeah. It's not the org. And we thank you for that gas. If we fucking knew everything.
We know everything.
Oh man.
We know who's winning worlds already.
Yeah, we have the script. What?
Wait, what?
Shit.
Fuck.
Don't listen to our preseason predictions episode, guys. Shit. God. Lumberquack says the best part of my day was being part of the Pro Talk Discord to talk about each match after the fact. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Discord was popping off today. That was good.
That was a
lot of fun.
It's popping.
Y'all got to see me and Josh argue.
What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know? I don't want to fucking make the
remember the time we banged the table and the fucking mixer turned off? That was great.
Funky, yeah. So you guys going to attend Worlds? Yes. We should both be there.
Worlds is the play.
Yes. God damn. You, the user with the other gifted sub. Thank you so much. You get another woo! Greatly appreciated. All right. Let's talk about gameplay. So the first one here I wanted to quickly shout out was Complexity against Lore. Complexity did end up 3-0ing Lore in this series, but what I wanted to shout out here was the end of the end of the final round of Oddball here in game number 1. Shout out all in Juan. And yeah, I just want to show the end of this game. Check this shit out. There's a reason why we're not recording doing this as an audio show, because this is going to be really hard for people to convey over audio. But if you're watching the clip, hold on, let me make sure I'm actually clicked into it so I can pause it and whatnot. So if you're watching the clip right now, Complexity have the ball. They're in the lead right now, 80-75. This is round 3, so the next whoever wins this next round is going to win the game. There's a little less than 3 minutes left on the clock, but that's kind of irrelevant based off of where the score is. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So they're going to rotate the ball outside of C here, is what Complexity is going to do, because they see they're getting the collapse upon by Lore. So eventually what they should do is rotate the ball outside C, because they see they're getting collapsed upon. And then Lore, what I believe Lore does here is that they're going to eventually get the ball and they're going to rotate it towards A, or somebody's going to rotate it towards A, because that's what happens. And the craziness happens at A, if I'm not mistaken. There's Juan. What's up, man? Good to see you. Lumberquack, you did say that. I don't know how true that's going to be, but you hold on to that. Drewski, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Greatly appreciated. Okay, so I want to briefly pause again. Complexity having a lot of time here. 98 seconds on their round to, again, Lore is 75. Lore finally gets control of the ball. They get it in Cafe. They're going to be rotating it towards A side. And at this point in time, right, you're looking at this. You see Camel's on its way up. You have Complexity. They're going to be spawning in C. You have a great setup going on in A. For all intents and purposes, Complexity have one push left. Okay?
What's up, Search? Wow. What's up, Search?
Hello, Search. So yeah, Complexity have realistically one push left here if they want to win this round. They're all spawning in C. Time ticking away for Lore. Lore, for all intents and purposes, when you're looking at this, you're like, oh, they have this. They should have this round. Right?
You would think.
You would think. Well, unfortunately, that's not what happens. So, 2 players from Complexity sweep out from Cafe's side and are going to go towards A stairs. And Acid is sitting in Cafe waiting for this exact moment to happen. He's got this. He's going to fucking rail them, and they're going to win the goddamn round and win the game. But Complexity are like, well, shit's about to get fucky for you guys.
Get the fumble.
Yep.
And they just...
So Acid gets the 1 kill. Ryanoob stays alive. Acid's last alive now on Lore. Defeat. And Ryanoob just able to grab it and be done with it. It was unfortunate. It looked like when you watch that, it seriously looked like everything was lined up perfectly for Lore in this situation. Acid's in a great spot to flank 2 players that are coming through. They're going to have man advantage. And then, fuck.
Yeah, Ryanoob just slips through. At this point, when Ryanoob's coming top A,
yep,
you would kind of hope Noble would drop the ball and slay.
Yes. So tapping buttons is sitting in tire gen. Drift is sitting right outside PD. You see Descendant and Tires, and I know the players can't see these, obviously, but you have that 3-man push coming from Cafe's side. Acid is ready to go. And it looks like maybe that nade that went off, maybe that hit Noble.
Yeah.
Because
he
Noble
dies super quick.
Yeah, it looks like he dies immediately. And then Lore just goes all 4 dead, and they weren't able to do anything. So that's unfortunate. Is Golden Boy not casting due to a scheduling conflict with Valorant? Yes. Only asked because Walshy and GB is just one of my favorite things in all of entertainment. Yeah, so you, the user. We can't definitively say. So I want to take back when I said yes. We cannot definitively say. I don't like to make assumptions, but I am going to go on an assumption and say that because Golden Boy is at Valorant right now, like, isn't that like fucking halfway around the world or some shit too? Is he in Brazil or something?
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So I would think that's what it is. But again, and that's nothing to take away from Active. He's been doing a phenomenal job, and he's done everything in his power to earn that spot. And I think he has earned that spot. And I'm excited to see him get this opportunity. And yeah, if I was to make an assumption, which I don't necessarily like to do, but since you asked the question, that's the assumption I'm going to make. So yes. And yes, absolutely. Good shit for Active.
Have a good night, Thonky.
Yes, have a good night, Thonky. Thanks for the questions, by the way. Seriously.
And Jay Gangstas, you're right. If someone's sitting in heaven there, that push might be shut down and Noble stays alive in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a player that is kind of questionable. Why is it? There's a player sitting in PD?
Yes, it was Drift. He was sitting right inside
he's
PD
in
door.
Caution.
I think he's in the door of PD.
Sure, and it looks like maybe fighting Descendant from Tower.
Yes, and then Descendant goes into
Tires.
Yeah, Descendant goes into Tires. But like, how does tapping? Oh, tapping's at Tire Gen. That's why he has to back off because he's got injured probably, and then he gets picked off here. Yeah, it just
all fell apart real quick.
It was a perfect collapse by Complexity. And yeah, they executed that collapse perfectly, if we're being completely honest. It sucks that Lore wasn't able to capitalize, because when you look at that, when they're all spawning C and they all have to rotate to make that one final push, and you have all your players and look like pretty good angles, you think you're going to be able to lock it down. You only need a few seconds left, but it's those moments, those crucial moments that really determine, that separate. That's what separates these teams in terms of skills. It's what are the teams that can capitalize on those setups, those punishments, those those pushes, whatever it may be. That's what separates you. So, shout out to them.
Back on board with Lore?
I want to see what I have here. Because this is Lore Bittersweet. Okay, so this is Lore against Bittersweet. Again, this is in Pool D. This would basically solidify Bittersweet being sent home with a top 16 finish. But the reason why this game is important is what we'll probably do is we'll skip to like the. Give me a second here. Of course, I fucking lose my placing. God damn it. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
Is it this game you...
No, there was a game 2. Hold on. I'm finding it. I found it. I wanted to get to the 30 kill mark. Here we go. So this is Lore against Bittersweet. I'm sorry for the delay on that.
You're good.
It's hard when like we don't have the timestamps on this. Who fucking cares? So this is Lore against Bittersweet. This is in Pool D. This was game 2, Slayer and Aquarius. And start this around a 30 kill mark because Slayer start around the 30 kill mark for those who don't know. And we'll see what happens.
It's when teams start to pull away, action gets real hot, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Teams typically start to pull away at the 30 kill mark. Slayers, that's when they typically start out, so. Are you guys going to London? No, Majin Blue, we will not be going to London. What? Will says, unless you're paying. So if you want to hit us up by the PayPals, fucking, I got a passport ready to go. So I just, flight and lodging, get us in there. I'll buy the ticket for the event, Majin Blue. If you just want to fucking slide us some PayPal funds, we'll get right over there. God damn. That'd be fucking hilarious. Ton of crazy endings. If the game seems out of reach for one of the top teams, I almost just expect the miraculous comeback now. Too toasted. Like, if there was ever a team to believe in the comeback of, it was Foe. Like, this event, it was fucking Foe. They were the team where you look at them and they're down like 5, 6, 7, 8 kills in a Slayer or whatever the fuck is going on. They are the team that looked like they would make that comeback. And more often than not, they made the fucking comeback. So, again, shout out to fucking Foe. So, ladies and gentlemen, we say Slayers start around the 30 kill mark. Okay? If you look at the score right now, if you can tell what's going on, then you will see that Bittersweet is currently ahead 38-30 against Lore Gaming. For those who don't know, this ends in a 3-0 sweep. Okay? This ends in a 3-0 sweep in terms of Lore Gaming winning. But you would look at that score line and you're like, man, 38-30. We're getting kind of out of hand here. That's two full squad wipes of kills right there before you tie the game. Right? But the beautiful part about a Slayer, and I know that a lot of pro players do not like Slayers in competitive Halo. I respect it. I respect the opinion. I fucking love them. And if you want a prime example, at least in this tournament, as to why I love them so much, it's for a game like this.
Oh, Majin Blue, we are totally joking. Please do not.
Yeah, you're not fucking sending us Majin Blue. Stop it. You're not sending us to London. Do you even have a passport?
I don't.
Okay, yeah, you're not sending us to London.
I'd have to get on that now.
Yeah, fucking no, Majin. It is a joke. It's a fucking joke. Guys, are you really having an argument over whether or not PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle? Fuck off. Yes, we use PayPal. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, because it's business PayPal,
Yes.
It works.
Who fucking cares? Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Elon Musk. And I fucking know he owns PayPal. Fuck him. But, I mean, don't take my money, Elon. That's basically what I'm getting at, Elon, if you hear this, don't take our money away, please. So 43-35 right now. I should be talking about what's happening in the actual fucking game. 44-38, still in favor of Bittersweet right now. For all, again, you would think in this type of situation where you're 2 full squad wipes down in slays and you're trying to make a comeback, But maybe it all rides off of Acid getting this overshield. He gets a double kill. He knows they're in util. He pushes in, gets the third kill down. You have him on staggered spawns. That's another one dead. Now you're down by one full group of slays. 46 to 43 currently. Still in favor of Bittersweet. Bittersweet needs 4 kills to close this game out. But uh-oh. In just that same amount of time as I said that statement, Lore Gaming are now up 45 to 46. They're 1 kill below tying the game. They went from being down 8 kills at multiple points to almost tying. Now it's a tie game, 46-46. Because they see where all the players on Bittersweet are. They know they're going to be sitting in the base. Because they saw them all fucking run there. So what do? Do you push in? Do you get aggressive or do you hang back? Well, it sounds like they're getting aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. All 4 dead. Go down on Bittersweet. And the game goes to Lord 50 to 49. That is just but one example why I fucking love Slayers. Not an argument. He just made a point that my 2 suggestions require a user to share a phone number. I personally just like Zelle better, and I made a comment and just, oh, okay, sounds good. I saw you guys talking about PayPal versus Zelle versus whatever the fuck. And I'm like, what are we doing right now? They all store your money, and they all allow you to pay pay others and get money. Like, you know what I mean? Like potato fucking potato. And like I said, Mozart, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I said that I'm going to be snarky today, so please don't take anything in offense. I'm very tired. Will is also very tired. I'm probably going to be snarky to people. Again, it's all in good fun. Please understand that. Drewski says, heartbreaking loss? Yeah.
Yeah, really. For Bittersweet, that is tough.
Yes. Indeed, it was. But again, we got to give props to fucking Lore here. This was... They proved to all of the doubters out there, to everybody that was saying, and I know it's not just Kratos, like all jokes aside, like to everybody that was saying that Mexico doesn't deserve a pool play spot handed to them, they proved to everybody that, you know what, we don't even fucking need it given to us. We can do it ourselves. And not only do it ourselves, but also work our way to almost getting top 8. So Mozart down by 6 and they made that comeback. Not only down, they were down by 8 multiple times. Down by 8 multiple times. They were down 2 full squad wipes multiple times and they came back and fucking won that shit. And not only that, but that was in the late game. It's one thing to be down like 8-10 kills in the early game. Maybe you just got off to a very slow start. But the beautiful part about Slayer is that if you can get on a rotation, you can change it up. Okay? Unless you're just going off against an unbelievably dominant team, or unless you're playing Solitude Slayer, in which case that's a whole other fucking can of worms.
Yeah, one thing you didn't see Bittersweet do towards the end is trade. Lore was able to get away with their lives, get those kills, and keep rolling, and then predict spawns, know where they're going to be. It was very well done.
Absolutely. And you, the user, you're fucking awesome. You shotgunning some White Castle? I want White Castle.
How long has it been for you?
A very long time. Because the only one is in, 20 minutes away from here?
About, yeah.
Yeah?
So
and
and
I'm not going to just go out of my way to go get it, you know what I mean? But I do, and here's the thing, I'm not even a big fan of, their burgers. I like their chicken ring or their chicken cheese slider things that they got. Those things are just fucking incredible. Holy moly.
Should I go pick some up tomorrow before the show?
Dude. Yeah, Yakuza, fucking sue me. I like White Castle. Fuck me, right? Also love Taco Bell. Oh my God, I like shit food in my body.
I don't like what White Castle does to me, but it's good every once in a while.
Oh yeah, it'll fucking destroy you. Still tastes good. You only live once, right? Why did we ever bring YOLO back? You know what I mean?
No.
Like, why did YOLO have to go and die?
It was used plentiful, all right?
Oh, I'm fully aware, but why the fuck did that have to go to die? How ironic is that, that YOLO died?
Because it's YOLO.
Oh, my God. Woo. Hell yeah. All right. So, Pool B, foe against the business. I have here Game 2 Slayer on Recharge. I just have the end of the game. So I'm not going to lie, kind of forgot why I have this. But let's just watch the end of the game, Will.
Okay. What was this? Business foe?
This is Business Foe in Pools. The end of Game 2 Slayer on Recharge. I just kind of forgot what happened here. So we're going to find out.
I'm assuming foe does something crazy.
Yeah, foe wins. Because foe swept their asses. But regardless, I wanted to showcase this. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Oh, was it this Mighty? Nope. I think he trades.
He got shit on. Yeah, Mighty gets shit on there. Yeah, we didn't really talk about that one. Not only did he get pooped on, but he had camo. Yeah, like, that's the real shitty part. Oh, man. Online, he probably wins that fight. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. This is fucking bonkers. Bad pun. Time to go to bed for you. Oh, trust me, I fucking hate puns, Mozart. I hate them. But here we are. Oh, I think Woodham makes a play that, like, I'm like, holy fucking shit. Look at that mouse sensitivity right there. He's zooming. Yeah, that double is so fucking sick.
The switch to the shock.
Check this shit out. Watch this fucking double. So they collapse on last shot here. They get last shot down. He's like, oh fuck, I'm one shot. Fuck you, Tolik.
Completely out of ammo in the bandit. One shot in the shock rifle to save his life, and he makes it happen.
Dude, I'm like, fuck. Okay, they're winning this game. That's a given right there. Holy shit. That's why. That was the reason why I have this clip there. And then the discipline for Woodham here to stay back. Not overpeak this, being one shot. I love the discipline there. Mighty's getting kills off screen.
Yeah, 2 kills in long haul. Now they know the other 2 are in BR.
Yep. This is basically a push and you can't kind of lose situation. And there it is.
And it gets traded.
That's basically what they did.
Last shot, the last
dead?
Yeah, the last to go down.
Hell yeah. Cam, please. So I can switch to the next one. So yeah, that I wanted to shout that out because realistically, because that double kill, that was why. It was such a sick fucking, oh my God. Just like a only in Halo Infinite type play. It's just like, oh fuck, he just immediately switches to it, pops the head off, like, oh, that's awesome. So
another faux business.
This is faux business.
Is this the collapse on Overshield that you messaged me about?
Maybe, but I think we can actually probably, because I'm trying to remember. Hold on here. Yeah, that was it. That's what I thought. So this faux business, this was CTF. This is game 3. Obviously, again, faux closes this out, but this was such a great comeback by faux. Because faux were down multiple caps. They came back, they tied the game in flag captures. The game goes to sudden death overtime, so the game kind of resets and it's the first to the first cap. That goes to time, so they have to do a full reset. First to 1 cap wins, and then faux was able to take it from there. So realistically speaking, I could probably skip ahead here. And again, I'm sorry I'm doing this on the fly. Please bear with me. I apologize. Oh my God. Let's watch from here. Will, we can go game again.
5 minutes remaining.
So there's 5 minutes left on the game clock. If you look at the score right now, Business are up 4-1. And I'm thinking to myself while watching this game, well, it's got to be over now, right? Like, I know that Aquarius flag can be flip-floppy. Like, if a team goes on a run, they can absolutely go on a tear, you know?
Sure.
And that's exactly what Foe does. I wish Blueberry peeps learned that type of discipline to stay back when they are one shot. Oh, trust me, Mozart. It's a good luck communicating that in matchmaking. Good luck. And yes, Drewski, Wootum was phenomenal this weekend. Phenomenal.
Captured your flag.
Okay. Foe gets another flag cap. They're still down 2. There's 4 minutes left on the clock. You still kind of think this is in Business's favor. They should be able to close this game out. That's all 4 dead on the side of Foe for a split second. Manny on Business has overshield. It's fresh. They're at the 50% mark. They're working their way into Foe's base. This is do or die time. That's 2 dead on both teams. 3 dead briefly on the side of Foe. But Manny just taking too long to try to get a flag run going. Allows Foe to spawn back up. And maybe that flag run is done at that point.
I hate those drop down melees.
I do too.
Not going for them. They just never seem to work.
Sure. But we're not Woodham,
We're not with them.
you know? So now it's the last shot's turn. Let's get everybody out of the base. Not today, Foe. Not today.
Right there, when he survived getting around that corner.
Yep.
I was surprised he doubled back to that area.
Well, I can't believe he survived even a little bit longer there,
Yeah.
too. This is fucking crazy. So last shot. He's in Foe's base. He's like, I'll be sneaky here. I'm going to wait. Okay, now I can grab the flag. They got players running back. I'll catch them off guard. This is going to be great. We're going to get these slays. We got them 2 dead. We're also 2 dead. Who gives a shit? That kill right there. When last shot got that kill, I'm thinking to myself, okay, they have a real opportunity here to like have their team kind of push in and they can try to make this final flag run. Woodham cleans them up. Woodham dies as well. But again, somehow, some fucking way, I have a thought on Foe that I'm going to share here in a minute.
They almost let this flag self-return.
Yep.
I was nervous.
Yep. But on the surface, you were calm and ready.
Sure. I gotta stop him now before he keeps rolling.
Okay. All right.
we got
Now,
the
is there
return.
anybody there to cap it?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Now it's 4-3. Notice how much time ran off the clock with that?
3 minutes.
There's just over 1 minute left in regulation right now, and they're still down 1 flag cap to tie this game. Foe go 3 down again. Talik is in their base, you would think that this would be an opportunity to grab the flag. But again, I believe Talik took way too much time to grab the flag. It allows Foe to spawn up more.
I think they were just trying to use it as bait.
Sure. Absolutely. Because they have the flag cap advantage. They're going to play the time here. They don't fucking care about getting this flag. So what they're going to do again is they're going to pull it out. They're just going to leave it.
That was it. Use it as bait.
Yep. Use it as bait. So Foe, you have a job here. You got to kind of get rid of Talik in your base. Ooh. And Chick gets the kill on Talik. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left.
Enemy flag returned. Sudden death.
Foe gets the return. And they're running the business flag.
Captured your flag.
So now we go into overtime. AKA sudden death overtime. You can just keep this up. You don't have to go back to the cam because I have it right here.
Okay.
See, it's like I had these queued up, ready to go. You know what I mean? So it looks like a pretty great start by Foe here over business. They get overshield. They get 2 dead. They're making their way into the base. It's another 2 dead. Foe is still trying to put pressure on the base. Okay. Alien, welcome, OG. Welcome back. Good to see you. So here's my thought on Foe. And Will, you and I had talked. Well, I talked to you about this earlier before this show. Yeah. Here is I am very proud of Foe for getting top 6 this event. I'm very proud of them getting top 6. I think they earned it heavily. That's the thing. No team deserves any placing. They earned it. They won the games they needed to win. They won the series they needed to win, and they earned that top 6 placing. My worry with Foe is the same worry that I had with X-Navi from last year. Okay? Before they picked up Woodham, before the roster changes took place, it's the same worry that I had about Navi last year. Is that, to me, based off watching them, and again, never going to take a win away from them. They played great to get top 6. They did. My worry about Foe, especially moving forward, and based off what I saw this weekend so far, is that to me, they're not consistent enough in their play. To me, they're too scrappy. They don't. And I understand that teams want to play their way. You hear that a lot, right? Like you hear teams like during an after series interview after a win, they're like, yeah, we just need to play our game, so on and so forth. Like there are ways that teams practice. There are ways that teams try to play. But when you watch them, Drewski, I think you said it perfectly. They're unpredictable. And to me, that's not the best quality to have. Because on the one hand, unpredictability can cause other teams to try to scramble to figure out what the fuck you're going to do. But on the other side of it, when you're playing a top team, that unpredictability can come to bite you in the ass because you're not watching each other's backs all the time. You're not watching the proper angles to watch at any given time. And you're not
consistent in your play. Again, I'm never going to take a win away from a team. I say that all the time. But I'm worried. I'm worried for this foe team. I'm worried about what business was doing because business were acting like they're playing the same way. Overly aggressive, not necessarily getting a setup going. It just, when you watch, there's a reason why I say that there are tiers to these teams. When you watch a top 3 team versus a top 6 team or a top 8 team, you can watch their cadence. You can watch their flow in a game. And you can see that one team, the top team, is much more grounded, a lot more setup based, not frantic, more calculated, but can do what needs to be done to win the game. Where when I watch a foe, when I watch a business, when I watch, complexity to some regard, even though Rhino is trying to keep things solidified or try to keep things grounded, it's just what I notice is it's a lot more scrappy. It's my worry. It's my worry about them. Because on the one hand, it can work for you, but when you start playing those top teams, it's never going to work for you. You might win a Slayer, but another unwritten rule is that anybody can win a Slayer. So I want foe to tighten things up. I want business to tighten things up. I want these lower seeded teams, lower than they were, I want those lower seeded teams to tighten things up. Play more consistently. I plead you. Because I want to see you get better placings than top 6. I do. But I don't think you're going to get better placings than top 6 because of your lack of consistency. So yeah, there you go. I just wanted to put that out there. How are the predictions looking going into Sunday? In shambles.
They're horrible.
We got complexity top 6 though.
Yeah, that's one.
We did it. Fuck yeah.
Sentinels
fucked everything
just
up.
Messed everything up.
Yeah, for my bracket for sure. Yeah. God damn. So yeah, realistically, we don't necessarily need to watch the rest of this. So you can go back to Cam. So I want to get through this. But again, shout out to Foe. They got the flag cap. It was a crazy back and forth game. But that's what I'm getting at, is that there were so many instances. If you go back and watch that game, hell, that series probably, there are so many instances where if you're playing a top seeded team, if you're playing a top 4 team, you're not going to get away with that. Like there's so many plays that Foe were able to get away with that you just would not be able to get away with when playing a top 4 seeded team. So again, no offense to Foe. They played great overall this weekend. And I want them to be better, obviously. And I'm not a pro player. They probably know better than I do. But when I watch these frankly better teams than them, I see more consistency in play. I see more focus and setup oriented plays. And I'm not seeing that with Foe. I'm not seeing that with business. I'm not seeing that with countless other teams. So that's that. Ridicule, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. The castle's hitting hard and I need rest. I wish I could stay later, but I shall return tomorrow. You dudes rule. So happy for competitive Halo. So are we. Have a great night. Have a great fucking night. And you, the user, with another gifted sub. You know, woo! Thank you so much for the gifted sub. We're not going to necessarily watch it, but Native Gaming against Business, like we said, Native Gaming wiped the floor with Business, realistically speaking, in that series. I thought it was going to be way closer than that, but maybe that kind of goes to show you that scrappy play doesn't win you series, and Collect was fucking on one. So, shout out Collect. We'll get going here soon, I promise.
Oh, you're good. Just been a long day.
It's been a long... I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, I was kind of excited for the native business matchup, especially after the Twitter stuff. That it wasn't necessarily directed at Last Shot, but, you know, Dean was trying to make a point about G1.
Yeah.
And it may have been taken personal by Last Shot. And Dean tried to clarify afterwards. And then Native comes in and was like, "Yeah, look at what we actually can do. Maybe you should have rethought your choice." That's what was going on in my mind anyway.
You think so? Oh, man. Okay. Just trying to think real quick.
Oh, you're good.
Will, I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you want that Quadrant Space Station Stronghold Solitude game? Do you want Optic Phase? Or do you want both? It's up to you.
I mean, we talked so much to this earlier about how dominant Optic was.
Mm-hmm.
But that Stronghold game, I think, has to be talked about too. Like, let's hit it both.
Let's do it.
I need to stand up for a second.
Do it up.
Maybe shake some of the sleepiness out of me.
Do you want to head over to the gameplay?
Yeah, I can do that.
So for those who don't know, this is Quadrant against Space Station. This is winter quarterfinal. And Space Station would obviously end up winning the series. But we know how good Quadrant is on Strongholds. That didn't necessarily change. But what did change is that Space Station got one of the best Strongholds players in the world, in Legend. And that may have pushed them over the edge to win this game in pretty dramatic fashion. So we're going to watch the full fucking thing.
And I think it's only right that we start on this POV, right? Taking down his ex-captain, you would say, in SLG to start things off, and it's the perfect start here from Space Station. They win the opening exchange. Legend has a camo, and if they're not careful here...
Will needs to pop open a Mountain Dew Citrus Cherry.
Was taken down.
Like I said, one of my
actually, dead ass, I do.
Thought about the series, how have you prepared? And I think in a very cool,
have a great night, Mozart. Thank you so much for being here. And also, real quick, because I can pause any fucking time I want to. Mozart, thank you for the conversation as well. Again, I'm sorry if I came off like an asshole at some points in time. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the conversation as well. And know that it is appreciated. You have a great night. Brooks says, surprised you guys are still going. I'm literally settled in bed. We're gonna be done soon. We're gonna do this. This Stronghold Solitude game. We'll do the Optic series, and then we'll probably take off for the rest of the night because we got a lot of shit to talk about tomorrow. You're fucking cool, Mozart. Thank you very much. Here we go. Josh or Will pop a game fuel, so will I. All right, bet. I'm going to go. Will's in the bathroom right now. I'm going to grab a glass with some ice, and I'll pop one. We're going to let the game go because obviously it's a little bit of a longer game, so I'll be right back. If we're cracking open game fuels, hey, AC, you want to fucking join us? Guys, we'll go get, fucking, everybody go get your drink of choice. We're going to do something stupid. We're going to do a cheers. Everybody go get your drink of choice. We'll play the game, get something to drink, be right back.
Said we have not specifically prepared for this series, whereas I feel like you think about the amount of emotion on the Quadrant side of the stage in this series, they're going to be thinking about it quite differently. But first 40 points on the board here as Legend still has camo as he makes his way to Yard.
Camo disappears, but still has the positional advantage. Even though Quadrant managed to scrap back into A and convert it, it's just going to be a collapse now. And this is one of the things about this game type, right? It's the most punishing game type that there is in the Halo Championship Series. The triple cap keeps going, and it's a case now for Quadrant of accepting that you're probably going to lose around 100, 150 points even before you're going to have an opportunity to get 4 back on the map and really put some pressure back on. But at the moment, Space Station aren't even letting them live. Glory has yet to get a kill. SLG is yet to get a kill, and they're about to cross the 100-point mark as well.
That's right. That was a 4 dead followed up by a 3 dead. I think Drone managed to get 1 kill out of the end of it. However, it's not going to mean points on the board. A clean kill here in Loop from Legend as well. They do cross the 90-point mark now.
I think it was interesting that we learned yesterday from watching a bit of Quadrant when they went up against FaZe was that late game was a little bit of a struggle for them. They were very competitive for the majority of the game, for 95%, but it wasn't enough to close out any of those games. They went down 3-0, and with the way that Legend is playing at the moment, he looks like he's having fun on the main stage.
How about that? What a way to open up your series against your former team. A killing spree, unanswered, and 108 points in a row. They let 1 point go on the board, and then they continue scoring yet again, excuse me. You got to also give a shout out to Legend there for that play on the light rifle. You could just tell that because his team had so much advantage in positioning, he's able to just kind of wait and bait and take out Cybertron really easily.
Zeke gets taken down, Eco with that kill, but more importantly here, the camo is up. Now, where has that gone? Mid-map control was Quadrants for quite some time there, so no surprise to see that Glory has managed to get that first power-up. Now there's an opportunity for this game to turn in the favor of Quadrant. They've had to kind of soak up the pressure in the early points, but now you can see they have a triple cap of their own, and that's how this game type works, Andy. It's kind of one team has dominant control. It's about how long it takes you to break.
It really is. Look at that timing from Glory. Really good patience there. Even though he had camo, he waited for the perfect second.
Stepping sideways, fucking I'll pop a G Fuel too.
And then hits another
Let's go.
as well. And just like that,
I'll grab a 6-pack of 40s for this toast. Let's get it.
Halved their opponent's lead. Now it's 115 to 52.
SSG3 dead as well. Eco last alive, and you can see.
Okay, so big thing here, real quick. Let's talk about the game for a second here. For those new to the scene and whatnot, Strongholds on Solitude specifically, Solitude being the map, can be very, very steamrolly. Solitude as a map in and of itself can be a very steamrolly map. Okay, what I mean by that is a team takes control. They don't really give up the control. They win the game in basically a landslide. It's what's happened pretty fucking consistently in terms of Solitude. So what you see typically, even with these very top teams, we saw it at Worlds last year. We've seen it here as well at Arlington. It doesn't matter if you're even a top team. Once you go on a roll on Strongholds on Solitude, it can get out of hand very, very quickly. Now it's whether or not the opposing team is able to come back, or if you as the winning team is able to close it out. Okay? I got you a glass with ice. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. I'll ask you, and feel free to say no, because I understand it's fucking 12:45 in the morning right now. Do you want a drink or no?
Are you going to make one?
I will if you want one.
How much longer are we going?
Well, I was just thinking we do the Optic Phase series after this.
This whole series?
It's a 3-0 and it's quick.
All right, yeah, let's make a drink.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do a drink then. All right, cool. Do you just want a mule?
Sure.
Yeah? All right, sick. I'll make a mule. I'll be right back.
G Fuel and whiskey is good. Just saying. John, I've never tried that.
But the thing that we need to keep in mind here, and obviously no offense to you, Will. Will's a diabetic.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, if we give him G Fuel, which is literally just plain sugar, it'd not be the greatest thing in the world. Please go over the Optic Phase series. I missed all of it. We will. That's the plan. That's the last thing we're going to do after this game. So, Will, while I make those for us, I'm going to keep this going.
Okay.
If you want to talk over what's going on in this game, and I'll be back in a minute.
The snipe drone, he sniffed him out here, but it's going to be a
casting voice on, Will.
Trade.
I mean, we got casters. I don't need to cast.
Yeah, but and they are great. Let's be real. But you know, put your fucking casting pants on.
Only because Eco wins that do they even get A.
Thanks, Ronan. I appreciate that.
Pressure on B as well, so they do stop the bleeding. B reset comes in. However, as we said, it's a lot of points on the board for Quadrant.
Optic came out hot.
But showing continued scoring, and they are right back in this match.
Well, here's Seeker, one man who still part of the roster that did so much on this very stage last year.
I forget exactly what happened in this match.
Great early shots, but look
it's
at the peak from
probably something wild.
Teaches Seeker a lesson.
We talked about it yesterday, the peeking, the jiggle peeking, and really playing your corners there. It's really big in Bandit gameplay, and as you say, Eco's showing off that he's put the time in with this weapon.
Legend gets one. The battle for bottom middle continues here as it looks like Quadrant have turned their attention towards A. And I tell you what, they can turn their attention wherever they like because the triple cap stays locked in here for Quadrant. SSG were 3 dead. Camo camo coming up as well. And I tell you what a comeback this is from Quadrant. They turn the score over. They are in the lead now, and they look like they might have a camo too.
Wow, what an opening to this game.
I thought it was crazy that Sicko lives up there, and then Space Station does not go for the camo. They try to force A.
Ask for a better opening in game number 1 of this series. It was 108 to 1 point, and now just like that, Quadrant already leading by 40.
And the scary thing here for SSG is a squad spawn in blue. That means they're going to be vulnerable to grenades. All the chokes they have to walk through, they're going to take damage, and it's just about cleaning that damage up, and it's exactly what Seeker
Again,
is doing.
that's another strategy I'm curious about. Like, Legend and Bound go bottom B when they're in a triple cap, and Quadrant have top control there.
Points on the board. The 4 dead hit at the exact same time as the camo grab, and Seeker uses that elevation, uses those sightlines to perfectly pick apart the SSG roster. They have crossed the 210 point
Nonetheless.
Now this is the interesting part of the game though. A couple of kills went over to SSG, and they've managed to get control of one
SSG
of the
do
strongholds.
get C, which is the more important stronghold. Like, you can play out of C so much easier than playing out of A. Trap spawns.
Against his old team to keep his team in the game.
That's 3 and 4 that go down for Quadrant.
Does come in bottom middle.
All 4 dead, but because of that, Bound is able to get here, and he should be able to beat the spawns on the timing here just by a split second or so to finish B.
Scoring back in the hands of SSG, but damage being taken by Bound. Staying alive is so important, and he cannot
The double
do it
plus
here.
the sticky,
SLG
oh
and
yeah.
Sludger combine all the kills going over to the Quadrant side of the stage right now, and they flip B back. Quadrant now in the home stretch.
It was a big play from Legend, but wasn't enough. Look at the board. Somehow a 100-point difference here. Let's see what happens at C as well. 230 on the board, 20 points to go for Quadrant. What a run they have made here. In
Quadrant
game number 1. It's
back in the triple cap with
It's going to be
240.
desperation here from SSG. They have to cap something, and they have to cap it now. Legend in the 1v1, and Snipe Drone will take him down. A huge kill. They give up C.
C goes the way of Space Station.
Middle. Bound gets one. Snipe Drone will stay alive though. Stella last alive here for Space Station Gaming. It's all up to Legend now. As Stella will fall. Glory steps back into B, and surely this is the final moment.
Should be able to. Let's see what
I
happens
thought it
with
was
A
over
now.
there,
Focus
and then
on
all of a
A.
sudden Space Station are in A.
Split spawns though. It's going to be 3 players
Snipe
now
Drone
for Space
sniffing the
Station spawning
pixels.
at C, and that might be a blessing in disguise. And Quadrant cannot convert in these final moments. Is it going to be the same story as yesterday?
Space Station finally get a camo here.
SLG last player alive. Eco with the camo. All 4 players up on Quadrant though. Let's see how this plays out. 246 mark. No room for error whatsoever.
Eco gets spotted out with the camo. But he's still going to find one. And he takes the shields down to Seeker.
Eco staying
Trying to
alive
wait
there
and
is
wait for this
incredible.
bottom middle, and they will keep control here, SSG. of
Basically,
B
yeah, saves the
and C.
control for SSG.
This would be unbelievable.
Stifles the
What a run they
push
have
out
to
of
take
A.
here. It's going to require a lot more slays to bring this game back, but they've already got 2 dead. They maintain the staggered spawns as well. They trail by just under 100.
Important thing here for Quadrant, even though they are leaking points right now, the camo didn't turn it into a triple cap. If that happens,
Big from Glory.
then
Oh yeah, and
maybe
that was a
SSG are right
huge
back into
live
this,
from
but kills
Glory.
like
The
that from
repulse
Glory and openings
to keep the
created
nade
like
away.
that could give Quadrant the chance to move up the map and turn over one of these
But
strongholds.
Space
Glory
Station
was last
still
player alive. He
keep
does not have the
control.
opportunity to push. He was in a momentary 1v2 and finally gets taken down. Now still staggered spawns. It was 3 dead for Quadrant yet again. They're coming off the spawn here. Space Station has to do this about 2 more times if they want to win this game.
Have they learned from yesterday? Quadrant so close in so many of these games, but it was each
Yeah,
final
John, the
moments
games
they are
were
agonizingly
incredible
close
today.
Here. 4 points is all they need. But that 4 points might as well be 250.
Oh, no.
As Stella is starting to take over this game.
Huge from Stellar. He doesn't take any damage. No trade, no damage at all. Stellar with the triple kill at an unbelievable
I was hoping
time.
he'd push for the
Seeker's
over
only
here.
player alive. It's Cafe
But
spawns. It's
he gets
camo
away
for
with the
Stellar.
camo.
Are they about to do the impossible?
Stellar doing stellar things.
Stella just changed the game. Now moving in on A, it's going to be an easy reset. The kills are just starting to stack up
Oh, boy.
in the favor of SSG. It's 4 dead for Quadrant. And SSG
good.
are back in with a triple cap.
Last push here for Quadrant. Off the rip. Cafe spawns. All 4 players up. The final battle.
He's just standing here with camo. He's just waiting for an opening, waiting for a pick. There's
That's it.
2 players in
2
front of him.
one-shots
He
in
gets
front of
one,
him.
He can't get 2, but Quadrant, they lose 2 members,
And that's it.
SSG will come back to
Space
win
Station just
game number
totally
1.
flipped that. They got control, and that's the story of
Oh, my
Solitude
word.
right now. It's
What a way
once you get control, it's all
to
about
start
keeping
this
control
series.
and keeping
In one
those
of the most
staggered
back and
spawns,
forth strongholds, and
knowing where they're
undoubtedly
spawning.
The biggest comeback of this event so far, trailing.
And it's really like who can keep their
I mean, full cam.
Yeah. I mean, it's a story of any game, right? Who can keep their position the longest? But this stronghold solitude has just been, it's been wild. So many games today. We had, 3 of those games where a team was up 100 points and the other team comes back and closes it out.
Mm-hmm.
Bold strategy, Cotton, yeah. If you have control, you might win the game.
Oh, my God. Is that the whole, like, if you want to win the game, you got to score points?
Yeah.
Fucking John Madden right there. Yeah. Thanks for that.
To win the game, you got to score points. Score points. You got to get the ball, move it across the goal line.
Oh, my God. All right. So the last thing we're going to talk about today is the Phase Optic series, of course. Again, there was so much fucking shit that happened today, or yesterday, technically speaking. It was literally one of the greatest days of competitive Halo that we had. And last year was that anyway. So the fact that we get another one of those types of days is just fucking insane. We've never done anything like this before with what we're calling the after party. And so Will, I want to, this is going to sound stupid, but I want to do a cheers.
Oh, yeah.
To you.
Cheers.
Cheers to the chat. Cheers to everybody that's taken the time to watch, to listen, whatever it may be. Cheers to all the fans of competitive Halo. And to a great fucking season. And regardless of who wins, just, we hope the competition is amazing.
Can't wait for tomorrow.
Fuck yeah. Cheers. Oh, it's good.
Very refreshing.
Yeah, I fucking needed something. Holy shit. What's up, Snag? Welcome back. AC, cheers, my dude. Thank you for doing this for all of us. No, thank you for being here. Seriously, thank you for being here.
There was a
Moscow
FFA.
Mule, John. Just a traditional mule. Vodka, lime juice, ginger beer.
Did you see this news?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Justin Fields traded to the Steelers. Yep. For a 6th round pick. That's it. John's super happy about it. So is Halt, actually. Halt's like the most happy about it, if we're being honest. She's so excited. Kidding, by the way. Kidding. Ridicule, yes, there was an FFA for the HCS.
A Zerum? One?
Yeah.
From Mexico.
If you type in ! I think this will work.
Oh, is that the FFA bracket?
Yeah, baby.
There you go.
See, it's like I made commands for these things.
Ooh. Look at you.
I know, right? It's fucking awesome. I'm great. What can I say? You're welcome, Ridicule. Thanks for asking. And thanks for being here. See, Mozart, like, that's where I understand the sentiment around Justin Fields not being great, but, like, I also feel he wasn't given a good enough shot.
Wait, what did I mispronounce? Shakespeare? Did I miss something?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I'm confused. But, like, I feel bad for Justin in a sense because I just feel he wasn't given a good enough shot. So, like, I don't know how the fans in Chicago feel. But, yeah. Good luck to Justin. I think Mike Tomlin, the head coach of the Steelers, even came out and said in the presser that, like, Russell Wilson, God fucking forbid, but regardless, he said that Wilson's the starter and Fields will be the backup to learn under him and blah, blah, fucking blah.
Either way, I hope they give Fields at least the look if he performs in preseason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
they got Russell Wilson at the league fucking minimum. So
right. I mean, Russell wasn't all that great.
I think he's washed, but that's besides the point.
Well, I think it locks in that Chicago's not trading that number 1 pick.
No, they're getting Caleb Williams at number 1. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to HCS Pro Talk, where it always ends up talking about football.
Yeah, that's my bad, guys. Let's get into this game.
Yeah, let's talk about FaZe versus Optic. Yeah, let's just fucking watch it. This is a quick 3-0. Unfortunately,
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Semi-final, FaZe Clan versus
Oh, no,
Optic.
you're good, you're good, you're good.
For the general.
See what Snakebite can do all right away, ripped off. That's going to be 2 dead for
Football
each side.
is cool, Mozart, but we talk about it a lot on this show.
We're supposed to talk about Halo.
Yeah.
We divulge into NFL.
We do a lot.
Gaming, unsurprisingly, all eyes on him continuously throughout
If you
this
want
weekend.
a
This
lot of
series is
NFL
no
talk,
exception. Here comes
go
Renegade.
join the
has a chance to make
Patreon
a
and
play,
listen
do some
to
damage,
Off the
get out with
Rails.
that
Do it up.
QC that
That's
he
where we talk about our
highlighted on
random
his way
topics.
forward. And it looks
Plus
like
some
even though he got
Halo.
some good damage down, it's going to be Optic who are getting the
Fuck.
better of this fight.
Will, what? Go back to Cam. Hit the other button.
Oh, we haven't done this tonight.
Yeah, we haven't done this. Holy shit. If you guys want exclusive Arlington merch, we have a merch drop available right now. Exclamation point merch in the chat. It'll be live at least for a week. And yeah, the art is by Uriel. He is the one that did the collaborative design for the Complexity and HCS merch drop that came out a little while ago. And all shirts and posters sold, a percentage of the profits will go to Uriel as well. So not only would you be supporting us, but you'd be supporting the artist that created the design in the first place. So again, the drop will be up for at least a week. Go ahead and check it out if you're interested. Just wanted to make sure we give that a shout out because I totally, I feel like a fucking asshole right now. Revenant, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Let's get back to FaZe against Optic.
Forced to retreat back to his teammates. Early ball time here for Optic Gaming, but just a touch of it. 10 seconds.
Welcome
or
back,
so,
Outlaw.
nothing really too huge to talk about as Renegade continues to output damage.
Shio, neither can we.
This does not get converted into kills for them here
1 a.m.
as Optic holds strong.
Love you too, Mozart. Have a great night,
It was
man.
really good damage and really good QT usage. He's able to get a lot
Yeah,
of damage,
and
but as you say,
I
not
read
able
what
to
you
get
said
the
about
cleanups
Baker,
from the teammates
Mozart. I'm
just yet.
super
Not
happy
able to
about him
bring
and the
that. You're gonna
Bucks.
see now Frosty
I'm
with
happy
his
he's
camo in
thriving
hand.
over there.
Needs to
The
make a
teammates
push.
love
Down
him.
by
The
20.
locker room loves him.
Play off the damage
Fucking
here.
amazing.
He's also got a pistol to work with as well, which means he can pop away at those shields and capitalize on that damage. And, ooh, a little bit of a swing and a
can pop,
miss.
pop
Very
away.
nice. And there's that pistol that
Skip it,
gets him
pop,
out
pop,
of
pop.
trouble once again. 23 points still to Optic though, as they do finally force the play ball here, FaZe.
Ooh, a little pancake from Frosty as well. He hits the melee before he hits the repulse to get the little bit of a rare medal there. Finally,
So-
will fall. That was 3 dead.
This is the thing that is weird to me. This is one of the things I noticed, at least during game one. Okay? I'm going to back up just to like 10, 15 seconds, okay? So you
There's
see,
that pistol that gets him out of trouble once again. 23 points still to Optic though.
they don't play the ball. Optic don't play the ball here.
Yeah.
Okay? They're 2 dead. You have all 4 still up by way of FaZe, and you have 2 dead by way of Optic. Okay? You see, Dead Zone's obviously going to be right here,
Finally forced
so
the play ball here, FaZe.
Dead Zone dies. You have 3 dead on by way of Optic. You still have all 4 alive on the side of FaZe. Okay? Maybe I'm missing something. And again, I'm not seeing every player's POV in this situation, but just watch this.
Ooh, a little pancake from Frosty as well. He hits the melee
2,
before he hits the repulse.
3,
Formal
4,
spawns.
Gets a little bit of a rare medal
5,
there. Finally will
6,
fall. That was 3 dead
7.
for Optic.
Almost 7 seconds, and they finally make a play for the ball. You have 3 out of 4 players dead on Optic. Like, again, I don't see where the other players are at that time. But like, if I were in that situation, like, and I see I have 3 dead, I would be gunning for that ball.
Well,
They
you
didn't
see,
play it.
Snakebite picks up the ball there. And was he the one that was outside of Dummy Door with Frosty? Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Do
So where
finally force the
is
play ball here, FaZe.
Royal 2
Ooh, a
and
little pancake
Renegade?
from Frosty.
Exactly. And like, fucking literally,
Though.
Lucid
They do
was
finally
last
force the
alive
play
for
ball
a
here,
brief
FaZe.
second.
Ooh, a little pancake
Which
from
means
Frosty
taken
as well.
down
Hits the
shortly.
melee before
Right,
he
and
hits-
Formal spawning all
So-
the way on the other fucking side. You have plenty of time in this instance to grab the ball.
So here I don't see where Royal 2 is, but Renegade's back green.
Yep.
Snakebite's on C plat.
Finally forced the play ball here, FaZe.
Sorry, we
Ooh,
keep
a little
going back and
pancake
forth
from
here.
Yeah.
Frosty as well. Hits the melee before he hits the
Yeah.
repulse.
So Snakebite has to
Oh, I
go,
think he's top tower. I think Royal 2's top tower.
which you want to keep someone there for positioning. So Snakebite does technically bolt for that ball. It just takes him a long time to get there because it didn't necessarily get played, but it got pushed out into mud.
Sure.
So
It's just, and again, like, I'm not in this situation. I'm not playing the game, you know, but just like looking at it, like, you have 3 dead, nearly 4 dead.
you almost have all 4 alive on your team, and I'm like, why does it feel like there's a hesitation? But you're right, it's probably positioning. They weren't in the position to grab it, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Outlaw, I can understand that as well. And as we see through the rest of the series as well, is that, like, I literally put it in my notes before we did the after party today. Optic never gave them room to breathe. They never gave FaZe room to breathe the entire series.
Metal there finally will fall. That was 3 dead for Optic, though. This should translate into a time here. Yes, it will. Snakebite's going to start to rotate. Here comes Formal trying to stop that rotate right now.
Yeah, just kind of cut through here. He might be able to cut Snakebite down.
He's not shooting.
Just about managed to get away, but Trippy will take him down, so the ball won't be collected by
Another
FaZe
2
to
dead
keep
by way
that
of FaZe.
score ticking upwards. Optic and Formal there by doing that damage and cutting through
3 dead.
have stopped a potential
They get the play ball, though.
set up for them. Formal now off the back of it knows where all of FaZe are and tries to sneak a ball back into his teammates, but FaZe were ready for it.
Ooh, it was 2 dead when he went for the grab, but look at the timing there from Snakebite off the break.
Drew
Gets the
Tarns,
nades
thank you for the
into
follow.
grab,
Welcome to the after party.
Translates then instead into 2 dead for Optic, so it won't be too much time on the board. The 2 teams right now tied at 14 kills apiece.
This is going to be a game and a series
Lucid
which
was
is
fucking on
decided
one,
by
too.
moments.
Yeah.
One sniper rifle bullet that hits, one that doesn't.
You saw him teabagging in this series a little bit.
Lucid?
Yeah, did you see that? Not in this game, I don't think.
no,
Like, no, he,
yeah, later on.
Yeah.
They are doing a better job of just out-rotating and getting that odd ball away from the FaZe pushes. It's 33 points and rising. It's a strong start from the green wall.
Yeah, it really is. Let's see what Lucid could do here. Knows the angle he needs to cut off, so he will move sandbags with the team. A lot of pressure coming in on Camel's side.
Lucid hits the body, cleans it up immediately. Now he's looking for a second. Trippy gets taken down by Rule 2 in the meantime, and
This is kind of a cluster around window here.
And again, they're just consistently on spawn rotation.
Quite fine where Renegade disappeared to, and that's going to cost
Even when they finally get all 4 alive, they're just not in position to do anything, and they just keep getting 1, 2, 3
Look
dead.
at the shots coming out of him, almost gets a second. That'll be a killing spree on the board. And just like that, Optic starts to pull away in the kills category, 21-16, and more importantly, on the scoreboard as well. They're up 55.
Lucid with the pressure. FaZe can't move forward to do anything about it.
As well. Nice little body shot onto Renegade. That's going to completely slow this push down. Now, so important it is to control this weapon. It's not about the flashy kills sometimes. It's about slowing down the push by doing damage. Now he's
Because typically when you get a body shot with the sniper, it's going to take everybody's shields down. That player's probably going to back off, not reshell that, try to reposition.
wrapping towards his teammates on the pillars to provide that covering fire to keep them alive as FaZe try and continue their push.
Pretty wild stats here on the side of Optic Gaming as well. Take a look at the big standout. It's Trippy. He's 11-6 at a time when Dead Zone and Formal have 3 and 2 kills respectively. Trippy popping off here with the numbers.
And again, another body.
Because again, it's not always about how many kills you have in the game. Stats
Hello,
aren't
vicinity.
everything. What's up, Sin? How's it going? Welcome back. It's good to see you.
Shot here from Formal just means that his ball carrier doesn't come under any pressure whatsoever. 75
Prediction
points
shot,
and
I
rising
assume.
now, and FaZe Clan probably starting to get a little bit concerned about the pattern of this round because, to be honest with you, it's been all Optic and they haven't really had to do too much for it.
He almost got that fadeaway.
What's hilarious to me is when you watch this
round,
playback,
to be honest with you, it's been all.
he doesn't shoot at him.
I think he knows, like, I'm screwed. My only shot is to get a sniper shot here.
But, like, he literally doesn't shoot his bandit at all.
Yeah.
Like, he just strafes.
Optic and they haven't really had to do too much for it.
Ooh,
And he gets sniper off the map, which is a great play. Great play to get sniper off the map.
Almost.
And see, that's something that you'd see consistently in Halo 5 as well with these top teams, is that you would never want the opposing team, like if you had the Optic Envy days,
Sure.
you know, you would never want Frosty to have the sniper in his hand or whoever on either team. So you would typically see a player, if they're getting collapsed upon, they would throw the sniper off the map, prevent the other team from getting it. It happened all the time. Same with Railgun and whatnot as well.
Gets the headshot as well.
Rest in peace, Railgun.
Now, Snakebite with the QT. They're down 79-9 and finally.
Okay. Sorry, Will.
We keep pausing.
No, but this is a big thing to call out, is that this is one of those instances, maybe I'm off my rocker, but this is one of those instances of where you see Optic, all 4 of their players go the exact same way. Okay? No deviation from the plan. They all go the exact same way. FaZe, they have the ball. They finally have what appears to be a little bit of a resemblance of a setup. They have their players spread out along that side of the map. It looks like they have everything ready to go. John with the gifted sub to Sin. Thank you so much. You get a woo! Woo! Have y'all talked about Sentinels yet? Because I'm hurt. Oh, yeah, we talked about them as well.
Did.
I wouldn't put too much stock into it, Sin. I really wouldn't. Sometimes you have a bad tournament. They had a really bad tournament. In bad tournament standards, probably the worst.
But as we said, I guess we'll just sum it up.
Go ahead.
It's not indicative of where they should be. Just chalk this one, regain for next.
Exactly. No, I don't think they need to make a roster change.
Scoring.
So we see
one thing,
all
though, it
four
doesn't matter
players
how
on
much they're down, it's
Optic
just the fact that they
rotate
haven't lost
out.
the round.
Okay? Snakebite's like,
Enemy has the ball.
Where they can formulate
They-
a comeback
they-
and get
yeah, they
into
essentially
the game
nerf
type.
or,
It's going to be
like-
phased. We've seen it before.
Where are
We've seen
they?
this event.
where the fuck are they?
The ball in his hand.
And then the worst part is that he doesn't, he's out of position to stop them.
The play ball didn't come in. I think everyone's thinking the same thing. Frosty there, you couldn't tell from Snakebite's POV. Frosty not in a
Trippy gets
position
away.
to get the play ball.
So let's go back.
Ball in
Let's
his hand.
watch what he says about the play ball situation here and how they didn't get
Be
it.
phased. We've seen it before. We've already seen it at this.
So we see two players, one near tower, one near cuts. All four of Optic are swarming in. This, I'm not going to call it the dead zone effect because I don't think that's what it is. But even though they did say like he adds some aggression to the map.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're I love the confidence. The fact they're so confident, they're like, no, we're not going to do the same thing we did before where we're all going to sit in garage door and get shit on. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Go watch the process video on that. It's fucking hilarious. No, they're like, we're not going to be the ones that turtle. We're going to be the ones that go. We're going to be the ones that push out. We're going to be the ones that make the move. We are going to be the ones that are aggressive.
Well, they know someone's in green too because of the fights that they just died to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're all in A, and they rotate all of them outside here, and it basically makes Snakebite's positioning useless.
Useless. And that QT useless as well.
Yeah,
if we're being completely
it burns
honest.
the time.
Yep, because he popped Cutie and back green. And so even if when he does Cutie back, he's not in a position necessarily to help his team at that point either.
He does almost stop Trippy, as we'll see, but
Yes.
Trippy still gets away.
Yes. Like if he was here just a second or two earlier, that could have been way more massive. Like he probably would have gotten 2, maybe 3 kills here if he was here just a second or two earlier.
Moment from Optic, but
Oh,
that's
no,
just
no
opening
play
up a
ball, no
flank.
play ball. The play ball didn't come in. I think everyone's thinking the same thing. Frosty there, you couldn't tell from Snakebite's POV. Frosty not in a position to get the play ball.
And now Snakebite's getting caught out as well, and he has to sit here because nades are going to be thrown his way.
Yeah, I think like 4 or 5 come in.
Yep.
There's 3.
But now
Yep.
84 to 20
Oh,
facing
maybe
a lot
just
of work
3.
to do.
Only one mistake really left for FaZe
Formal
here.
gets a
Optic
grenade
pick
kill
up
on
2
Frosty.
kills,
Dead
and that
Zone
means they're
takes
gonna
down
pick up the
Renegade.
odd ball as well. Royal 2
So
with
we're
the
tied
double kill
2-2
might give
here.
them a little bit of a window to push forward, but the
Slays.
clock is again.
And Lucid just runs it green.
And the worst part about that as well is that is 2 times in a row that Snakebite is not in the best position he can be in to help his team. Because not only in the QT play and Optic completely rotating out A towards dummies and C side, but then he's locked in at the cat stairs. He can't go anywhere because he's being naded there. He's still not able to get in a position fast enough to help his teammate while Lucid grabs ball, gets through rat tunnel.
Against them, and Lucid is running away from the FaZe
He gets the
push.
last seconds for the round.
94
That's
points
right.
of
He
rise. It make it
doubles
95,
back
and he
here,
turns
Yeah.
which is
direction,
crazy
changes
too. The
direction,
recognition
runs
that
back
FaZe is going to be
corners,
pushing
throwing
both
that ball
sides,
down where they can
and he
contest
goes
it.
and gets that ball bottom mid and
Close
closer.
also had Camo
Basically
off
a play
screen.
ball,
However,
like
phase
a new
2
ball
dead.
in
This
bottom
really
mid.
should be
And
Optic's
now we
big.
see it a very scrappy
However,
situation
FaZe
by
turn
way
around.
of FaZe here because they're trying to just get it out of there so they can try to get a setup and
It's
score
going to
some
be 3 dead for
points.
Optic. Snakebite has that camo, like you mentioned. Now there's the opportunity for him to get that first pick in the push, to get the information that he
Okay.
and his
I know I keep pausing, but hear me out.
Okay.
Snakebite has camo. Okay? Again, they have a resemblance of a setup for ball now. They're sitting towards A. Snakebite has camo. He can try to make this flank. Let's see how Optic try to capitalize.
team require to create a little bit of space, and there
Beautiful.
is that kill. There's
Gets the
only
kill
one
on Formal.
Renegade, though, so
Have
this
good
isn't
ideas.
going to be a comfortable hold here for FaZe.
Not going to be comfortable. This is really, really high stakes Halo here. They need to play absolutely perfect for what will feel like an eternity. Down by 60 points.
Optic probably thinking we've got a few pushes here, just take our time, get 4 players back on the map. get one kill, and then think about that oddball. Trippy now, having seen the kill
Didn't
start
like
to come
that
in,
from
tries to move
Trippy.
towards that oddball. It's a 2v2 on the map right now.
Yeah.
Ball gonna be thrown away.
The other thing that I didn't really like was, again, I'm not in their shoes. I'm not them. But like, one of the things that I try, or one of the things that I see more consistently is getting top control, getting angles that way. So I didn't necessarily like how Snakebite dropped down, and so he's watching Rat and Pillars.
Yeah.
Where instead I would have the ball guy be watching Rat and Pillars, stay around the dummy side, call it out if you need help, because you can drop ball and shoot at that point.
Yeah, it's all circumstantial too. Like,
Yeah.
Trippy was probably seeing two people in cuts and being like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, and trying to slide bottom mid.
So it's this situation right here where Snakebite's sitting top tower. He
No,
has
so this
camo
isn't gonna
control.
be a
He gets the
comfortable
kill on
hit in the face.
formal.
Not going to be comfortable. This is
And then he decides to hop back down.
They need to play absolutely perfect.
Where,
for-
in my opinion, I would have rather have wanted. I wanted him. Jesus Christ, words are hard. I would have wanted him to stay up top in tower, unless he was getting a call out to be like, "Hey, we need help down here."
Well, it looks like the ball is rotating towards A. So like top tower, if Optic spawns green and your team's A and you're sitting tower doing nothing, you're again in a bad position.
Sure, but I think ball comes back to dummy side.
What will feel like an eternity, down by 60 points.
So he's watching Pillars
We've got a
here.
few pushes here. Just take our time.
And yeah, ball's right next to him right
Yeah.
now in dummy side. So they did rotate back eventually. You're
I mean,
right.
Hindsight 2020, they're the pros. I don't know.
No, exactly. We're just analyzing here.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
we're doing. We're just analyzing. We're not saying what they're doing is stupid or whatever. We're just being like, maybe if they would have done this, blah, 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 blah.
4 players back on the map. Get one kill.
It's just, if I were them,
And then
I
think
would
about
want
that
somebody
oddball.
watching
Trippy
more
now,
angles
having
up
seen the kill
top.
start to come in, tries to move towards
You
that
can
oddball.
always drop
2v2
down
on
if
the
you're
map
getting
right now.
shot
Ball
at,
gonna be thrown
you know?
away, but is it thrown away from the Optic push far enough? Dead Zone comes in. He gets 2. Is he going to be able to turn it into a triple? Instead, plays his life smartly. More damage onto Frosty as the cavalry now arrives for Optic.
Even though
This is
Dead Zone goes
desperate
down
for
there,
FaZe
that's
Clan
huge
trying
for him to
hold
stay
the
lot of
alive and
pressure.
wait for his team.
A lot of
So far,
pressure.
winning
Yep.
that off of the play ball from Snakebite into the dummies. It's a really good play, but still a lot of work to do, of course. 3 dead, 2v1 right now. Dead Zone the only player alive for Optic.
Only player alive, but still alive. Most importantly, however, he will go down. Snakebite will get that ball.
Well played.
Or as I say it, it resets. That's how long that scrap went on.
Yeah.
Long enough for that oddball to reset to bottom middle, and that's great news for Optic.
Oh, dangerous. Renegade almost dies bottom and he gets taken down. He's the first to fall. However, 3v3 on the map.
I love that Formal got that kill there.
Ball
Like
backing
it
on
was,
Lucid. Lucid gets taken down as well. Gonna have to
I don't know if
slay
you heard
around
the
this ball
sound
before they
cue
try and
or,
do
like,
anything.
the call out
Snakebite's
came
buying so
in,
much
but
time. He's
just-
throwing a shoulder at him. And in the meantime, here comes the rest of FaZe. Royal 2
The amount of
falls down
damage
to
that
get
Formal was
kill
able
onto
to put
Formal.
off in that
Snakebite
kill as well,
was
get
taken
3 players
down,
basically
but
one
Optic
shot.
lose 2 members. Now, can FaZe keep this oddball in their hands, or is Trippy on the flank about to cut them down? And maybe
See, it just seemed like-
Dead Zone and Trippy, and it will be Optic who get round this corner with the oddball to
It just seemed like throughout that entire round that FaZe just weren't clicking on all cylinders. It's like they would have a setup for a brief amount of time, but they weren't able to hold it for very long. Benny the Jet, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party.
Benny and the Jets.
But it's Benny the Jet. Benny!
I can't do that.
Benny! Benny! Benny the Jet!
Beautiful.
Thank you. God damn.
Let's keep it rolling.
Yes.
close it out.
Very, very good closure. You had to think that was eventually going to come with the enormous lead they had, but as you said, a
Sandlot,
lot of closure, a lot
yes.
of patience coming in from Optic Gaming. Trippy gets the help he needs as he
Forever.
pushes in towards the pillar door. They will close out the round, and now look to do it in 2 rounds if they can.
John, like I said,
round
I'm
for
trying to
Trippy,
get a
by the way, not only-
karaoke night going at Worlds.
The game-winning moment. He's 16 and 12 with 56 seconds of ball time as well. Doing it all in a big series is what he's known for.
Oh, Ronan.
He's trying to continue that. in
The
that
Book of
first round
Bound.
in this
Sometimes you just
series.
gotta
Now, pressure is going to be top middle because that's
But
what
not
that
in a
sniper rifle
disadvantageous
has. Just
position.
drops 50 out is going to allow Snakebite to stay alive for just a second, but Trippy sniffs him out and puts him to sleep for a few moments.
Gotta say, really interesting comparison between the points on the board in ball and also the
That song
kills.
stuck in
Those
your
are
head now,
blowout
too?
round
Oh, yeah.
Largely in terms of score for Optic Gaming. However, the 2 teams right now are tied at almost exactly 50 slays apiece.
Trippy going to move that ball away again.
And the fact, like,
Tubi-
the fact Trippy was just able to fucking swoop in through Rat while the 2 players on FaZe were sitting on fucking C plat
It just
he
grabs
dodged
ball.
and he dodges a snipe.
Yeah, it just grab ball and fucking run away. Like, Jesus Christ. This is why you update your computer, Will.
I updated the computer before the show, and it's like, hey, there's another one.
Oh my God.
Where the phase spawns is heavy on the camo side of the map, trying to force their way
What's up,
forward.
Rodzilla?
Looking for a rotate out. They're trying to force the space over at green where their numbers are. And having handed that ball off, Snakebite forgot that Trippy was here, and he might live to regret that one.
He's just like, I'm chasing this shit down. They ain't fucking beat me.
John,
I'm big game Trippy.
John, the B&B I got for Worlds is like a 5-minute walk from the venue.
Karaoke at Will's place.
Joey talked about shipping his Rock Band stuff out.
You're not going to have enough time for
That's
it.
exactly what I told him.
Yeah. You will not have enough time for it.
Yeah, my friend Joey like talked about going to Worlds, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm roughly planning on it. And he like got all excited and into it. And he's like, yeah, I booked an Airbnb for us. I'm like, what? Like, it's free cancellation up until like September 30th. So he was like, I might as well just book it to make sure I got it locked down.
There you go. Gabbo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after parteo.
Screens and 2 and 8, okay? Coming screens. Screens is 2 shot. Screens is 2 shot. Cross it. There's 2 there. They're gonna pass.
One is that's 3 and 8. One is place the tires. Go forward. Place our tires.
Worlds is going to be in Seattle.
Yes.
Ridiculous. I had to take a double look at that.
Enemy has the ball. Ball drop.
That one. 2 dead. Tower.
See, again, this is just, even though FaZe have a very brief lead here, they're just never able to get a consistent setup. They're never able to rotate because Optic are always in their fucking face the whole time.
Same, Ronan, same.
The whole fucking time.
Half shields and A. He's going rat door, half shields. He's got 8 pillar going sandbag. Get ball. One shot.
It really feels like Optic just made FaZe uncomfortable the entire game. And realistically, the whole series, if we're being honest.
Rotate this cuts. They're gonna be nice 2 shot. Pillars. Hey, white box, top mid in the vent. 2 shot in the vent. One shot in the vent. Good jump up.
Can I something?
3 on 3 right
Enemy halfway to victory.
now. One shot top mid, absolute. Renegade. One shot in the vent. One shot top mid. Absolute. He's one shot in the vent. On OB. Top mid, 1 shot. Sniping cuts.
Ah, ridicule, it happens, man.
1 shot, yeah. On ball. 2 dummy.
You never know what's going to happen in a Halo Infinite game.
Complexion did kind of have a rough weekend, huh?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no, Will. Oh no. That was funny. That was genuinely funny. Guys, you remember Kratos smashing his controller on the ground?
And now right back in this game, of course, a Let's Go Optic chance answers back to the score.
We've got the clip.
Here for FaZe, but a lot of interesting stat lines as we're just about tied here. Mark FaZe
Let's go, top Nick.
Just a few seconds. A lot of interesting stat
True,
lines.
Ronan.
That's
a great observation.
It's going to be Formal's assist for a lot of that listening. He had double the assists.
Red Zone looked like Penguin out there.
That's what he does best, right? The human
We may have a clip, John. I don't know. Maybe.
Playing off his damage. It's just constantly the player to play around. We're taking those good positions. Snakebite will get the trade back tower as Optic find themselves 2 dead again, but FaZe find themselves 3 dead. So Trippy turns his attention from kills and
just
some more FaZe names to that.
Every fucking time.
Also worth pointing out here, a much closer game as you see 5 points only separating the two versus that first round, but really still close in total kills between the two teams. It's 71 to 68 in favor of FaZe.
Stuck in my head.
Frosty trying to locate with
Listen to those footsteps. Big old clonkers. Jesus.
Challenge and Dead Zone who almost just about.
This was where I was like, okay, FaZe might do something. They tied it back up.
Yep. It looks like they have a setup again, but then that setup just gets a fucking annihilated every single time.
You might be able to hear Let's Go FaZe Clan and Let's
3
Go
dead
Optic
again
just
by way of FaZe. We're gonna be 4 probably.
Renegade's your last player alive. Camo's down. Should be a clean grab opportunity. It is.
Toss the ball before and was like, I got camo. Nuh-uh.
Yep.
Just about 10.
See, guys, even Formal can play objective. It's crazy.
Let me make a play here and look how heavy
I
this
wish.
is. Look at this.
I mean, Lucid got a good spot here, but he just gets traded out instantly.
Yeah,
I wish
yeah.
they would have played it a little different, but
Well,
team
FaZe
just-
didn't move. They just stayed there. So it's like it wasn't really much he could do.
It's 4 dead, though, so Renegade as the last player alive on the map is going to get the ball. He will grab the
this
repulse and
gets
start the ball
crazy, too.
rotate as well.
FaZe went all in on that push. And the most important part of it was they got a 1-for-1 trade with Camo. Then they won their individuals and were able to break through. Renegade now has that ball in his hands, and FaZe go into a lead. Plenty of time left in this round for either team to turn this around.
Oh, this is really unfortunate.
Renegade's just turning left, turning right, trying to get a play ball, and that's exactly what he does by sending that
Oh,
repulse
boy.
to the back of the oddball as he sends Dead Zone.
No, I thought this
to
was
sleep.
FaZe's game right there.
Yeah, or FaZe's round.
Round, yeah,
Stays
yeah.
alive. It's a very, very pivotal play ball because based on where the score is,
They have him on a little. They know where they're going to be at.
the round. Stays alive.
Getting
picks
some
up another one as
kills.
well.
Formal goes
Currently
down.
up just
Little
by 12
dance
points.
around scoreboard.
Yep, little dipsy doodling. 3 dead by way of Optic. All right, here we go. Here we
All
go.
right, round 3.
FaZe still
But
Why
he
is he not holding the
leaves
ball?
the ball.
It stands.
Why did you not bring that to tower?
Yep, that's- yep.
They're going to look for the second pick.
You already had your teammate there. You should have rotated it to tower because, if anything, he could have just played it immediately.
Sure.
If he just would have brought it to tower, got a couple more seconds on the clock, whatever it may be, and then just play it immediately
Was
if you're
this
getting
just-
collapsed on.
Maybe they didn't have the information on where Optic was coming from, and they thought they were going to get resistance from Nest side, so he wanted to leave it down there and check before, but then he spent... I don't know.
Well, I mean, Frosty's already up there. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm getting at. Like Frosty should already have that information. And
Sure.
that's what I'm saying. Like if you just rotate it up towards tower where Frosty's already staying, you can just play it. Like if you need to.
Respect being shown here by FaZe, though. They want to make sure they secure a
And
few
then
more
he
kills
gets in a
before
fight,
they
so that
go
ball goes down
for
the
this
cuts.
oddball. One player alive bottom middle. He's going to be formal, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch Royal 2 here. He should be able to rotate this one towards Spawners, but the Spawners are a little bit all over the place.
Yep.
FaZe don't know where to take that oddball.
Yeah,
And Optic might have
that
just got
sucks.
a second chance at this round.
Yeah,
10
Formal
seconds
spawns
is
in
all they
back
needed for
mud.
the
You got
ball.
Yeah.
someone green already, and then
FaZe
2
are
pushing from outside.
And so now you know that they're going to be spawning in A, which means you have plenty of time just to hold on to the ball here.
They might close out the game here.
Yep, and that's exactly what they do. There's one push left, but there's not even enough time for them to make the push necessary, even if they're G-sliding. This game's fucking over.
Close enough, and that will be Optic Gaming taking home
Matt
the
spawning
first game
mud
of the
there.
series.
Surprisingly, while the ball's being rotated on C.
Yeah, but what I was getting at earlier was like if they rotated it C earlier, like if Royal 2 just didn't leave the ball sitting in dummies and just rotated it earlier.
Collect.
What's up, Collect?
What's going on, man?
I'm so sorry for
But you had trouble with the bouncer again, man? Like, what's going on?
oh my god. So yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like we're not pros, we're not in their shoes. I'm just like if I'm seeing that Frosty's already on C, I would assume that he would be looking cat side and top middle. Like watching angles on both those sides because Royal 2's coming from Cut's dummy side. So like he's gonna know if they're coming from there.
Yeah.
So if Frosty's already top C or sitting on C plat, he should be watching towards dice and he should be watching towards top mid. And if you don't see anybody there, then you can at least rotate it to that C plat. And then if you're getting collapsed on, throw it off. Just throw it off. It's okay. Because then at the end of the day, they did end up rotating it up towards C anyway, this time from cuts, but it was too little too late because then they are coming from cat side. They are coming from mud side. Maybe because the spawns fucked you. Maybe the game fucked you over and we were wondering if that was going to happen in this tournament. But I don't know. It just, it sucks. Good on Optic, though.
Outlaw's wondering if maybe they had a plan to rotate to A, though, once Optic started pushing through B.
Who knows? When you watch...
That's the question, right? You just don't know.
You don't know, and like they even say before Optic grabs the ball here, like when Royal 2 brings it back up from cuts, now finally to C plat.
Formal, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch Royal 2.
It's like, whoa, shit, where do we go? Where do we go? Oh no, and then I'm dead.
All over the place here. FaZe don't know where to...
And they're coming from both fucking sides at that point.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Wags, yes, technically.
Yeah, it's been a hotly debated, well, not debated. It's been a hot button topic in the community because of 343 finally acknowledging the spawn fuckery due to the Bandit Evo being the starting weapon in ranked. Have a great night, Danny. Appreciate you too. All right, so let's get into the next game here.
Wonderful. Thanks for that
Why wouldn't you?
recreation of
Sick and tired of hearing all
Usually
this.
come in that quickly on the
People
knee.
talking about.
Just in case you're new to this HCS season, Camel going to be on delayed spawn. Comes up 30 seconds after the round starts.
This aggression from Lucid, by the way, I think he's about to catch a lot of FaZe members off guard with how
Wags!
aggressively
The
he pushed
continuum
up his sides there.
transfunctioner.
Yes.
FaZe kind of deal with it.
Wags, a pure
Don't take too many
pure
deaths, but by
fan
doing this damage and by
of
being
Dude,
such a
Where's My
presence,
Car?
it's
Let's
forcing
get
all
it.
the FaZe to make decisions they
Fuck
don't
yeah,
make.
Wags.
We've called it the continuum transfunction when it first came out, dude. That was
exactly
great.
it.
That's awesome.
The scuffle as well.
3 dead here for FaZe.
That's exactly
opting
it.
with a lead, a 2-kill advantage.
There it
It's
is.
going to be Trippy who has the camo, and more terrifyingly,
And then no end
Five
then.
to 3 off the opening. Things slow down right away. This is what you love to see. This is what Camel brings now. Now we
No
get the
idea.
opportunity to see the play of the push coming in.
And
from Trippy.
then I'm gonna
No,
shove my foot up your ass.
and now he can play off the damage of his teammates.
And then
Takes the beat down.
no end then, and then no end then, and then no end then, and then.
But the trade on the camo is there. 1 kill the difference.
Jesus.
We'll have to watch that back. But
Fucking
that's
love that
their
movie,
teammate.
dude. Remember we did a watch party
We
of
did
that?
a watch party, yeah.
Kin Samurai, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. One of the greatest movies of all time, by far. Or I should say one of the greatest worst movies of all time.
FaZe goes in the lead by just 1 here at 9-8.
Formal was taken down as that last player as well. You
The
saw him
fuck
get
is happening?
betrayed in
Go
that
watch,
situation, but it means that all of
Dude,
our
Where's My
people
Car?
spawning together in and around that tower, in and around PD. Now,
And then you'll understand all the
opportunity
references
to
we're
pick up a
making.
Bulldog. If he can move up into a position
Epic
where
Aliens, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party.
Fits the Dude, Where's My Car
It
talk.
does. It does.
It could be the lead getting a little bit bigger,
look at
but
this.
here comes the double push. Formal will manage to get 2, but Frosty answers straight
Yeah, the
back with
fucking
double.
oral
He's
pleasure
an
aliens.
absolute
Beautiful head switching comes in. We'll see if he can get this kill on Garbage.
Damn, that's a huge bitch.
Perfect from the stalker, but so much credit due there for Frosty as he just hits perfect little head glitching as well as the spikes on the Bulldog. But in the end, it's still
man.
off the
I
game.
fucking
Still
love that
Camel
movie, dude.
leading by 2.
Trippy got away with that camo, and how important was staying alive there for
Woo,
Lucid, by the way.
dude.
Manages to not
What
only
does
get
mine
that
say?
kill on Frosty
Sweet.
originally, but then repositions does
What does
damage
mine
onto Wilson,
say?
who was
Dude,
quicker. Watch that
what
camo
does
as well.
mine
The other
say?
playbook, that's the second
Sweet.
time in a row that we've seen Lucid hold
What does mine
like
say?
that to allow for a
Yours says,
grab.
dude.
He's done it
Yours
twice
says
now.
sweet.
However, despite all that hard work, the game is still just within 3.
Oh,
Two
world.
camos so
I also
far.
love how the continuum transfunction's a fucking
say,
Rubik's Cube. Like,
Just a skill advantage
Jesus
off the back of it,
Christ.
But that advantage is still an advantage.
Also, the fucking chihuahua that gets high off its
Almost
fucking
got
mind,
weighted
dude.
onto that push, but that's a little bit of game
Yeah,
situation
movie's
right here.
incredible.
Don't
This
touch his
is a
spawn.
little bit too easy. There's got to be a trap set here.
Oh, his pipe. His pipe.
Still back.
Oh,
In the end, it's
man.
traded out 'cause
Oh
Formal
my
has the help as
God.
well.
Have a great night, Outlaw.
Kills will be
Have a
traded.
great
That's on
fucking
the
night,
second one
man.
to fall.
I'm sorry that we went
However,
really
it's
off the
back
rails
right
with this
away.
shit,
For
but
trade brings us now
shout out to
18-17,
Wags.
just a 1-kill game.
continuum
What
transfunctional.
Optic do here, by the way. They get 1 kill on the tram, and then they re-wrap, and I think the idea was kill the spawner, right? See Snakebite where he comes back on. They left PD.
I know we're
open
not
for a
talking
second,
about
but
the game
just
right now, but the other
checking
thing that I
to
find
make sure
fucking
that Snakebite
hilarious
wasn't
is
a problem
when
behind them.
the two
Having seen that and
leads
having
are
cleared
like,
the map, now
they
can
went
just
to
turn their
the
attention
alien
to
chicks. They're like,
everything that's in
yeah,
front of them. How many times have
we
we
have the
seen that, right?
continuum
One spawn and it
transfunctioner.
spawns behind you.
Like, we know exactly what that
Damage
is.
on your push,
And then the
something
fucking,
gets a triple kill, so it's
they
fake.
obviously they
Optic,
don't. It's a
excuse me,
fucking
check
Rubik's Cube.
awareness on where that respawner was coming in.
Is all they want is oral pleasure.
That's
all they want.
Camo. As you see, bottom middle comes up in just 15
Hey, Will.
seconds time, and both teams know that a
Sultan.
almost certainly guarantee it. Going to play this very carefully, very slowly.
Did it the wrong way.
It's
Sultan.
usually a position you try and take to get an angle if you're FaZe. So if anyone walks into this position, Formal should have it locked down. Frosty's going to peek a little bit here onto music. As the nades now go in. Renegade just got it.
my
Renegade
God.
got it. And he got away as well. Not sure how he got in and out without taking too much damage, but he does.
Rodzilla, I don't know, to be honest with you. I'll take your word for it.
Wow, let's see how they make this play. Let's get into a phase listening right now.
It was Sirius Black. Jesus Christ.
Can face one, weak. Careful the guy PD, careful the guy PD.
John's going PD.
Yeah, I'm getting damage on agent. What's our PD? What's our PD? You just couldn't. Nice. Stalker, repulse on my buddy. There's 3 agent. You can push if you want.
I'm backing him.
There's a spawner, Lucid. There's a spawner, Lucid.
Back up.
Where should we go? Spawner.
Back for any repulse? Sticky 0. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so there's a moment that happens here. I'm just going to skip ahead a minute. Because clearly we go into the greatest slowdown of all fucking time. Because that's what happens in Slayers. And then we get a lead by way of FaZe. And you think at that point that, okay, one of these teams gets a lead. They probably carry that through the end of the game. Because that's what these top teams tend to do. But, we are also well aware that in a Slayer specifically, all it takes is 1 kill, 1 push to completely change the tides of the game.
Quick, one.
Alright, get up.
No.
If only you guys could have heard the Donald Ducks before the show.
Oh my god.
They have no stalker.
We're too tired for this shit. Oh my god, dude. Holy moly.
I have camo still, guys.
Yeah, they could. Okay. It's about to run out. It's about to run out. Java. Yo, I'm looking at the
Yeah, same.
We can arc you guys. Watch out. Flowers.
The fact that they didn't know Dead Zone was there until after he started shooting was also not the greatest thing.
I like that. Yo, Apple Heart is.
If you're a FaZe fan.
Great conversation about FaZe and how they formulated that play all around the camo coming up, and off the back of it.
But either way,
it's a 4-kill advantage for FaZe.
There it
What a
is.
treat, what a pleasure. Honestly, just world-class communication coming in from FaZe Clan. Not only did you see unbelievable map management, power-up management there, but they also now are in the lead 25-21 off of fantastic communication, coordination, and timing pushes.
Doing okay?
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
think the
great.
speed of this game in the moment is
Oh,
just showing
yeah.
the level of respect that both teams
Going
have
and
for
pass
not
the
only
fuck
each other,
out.
but the situation of the series as well.
Yeah.
Dead Zone showing
Oh
no
my
respect.
God.
He flies in.
We're almost
Trying to
there, I
speed this
promise.
up a little bit, and all of a sudden Lucid finding himself under a little bit of pressure.
Because game 3 was kind of a fucking steamroll, for being honest.
Yeah, at least I don't have to get up at 10 tomorrow. And
True.
I could just fucking sleep until the bracket starts.
That is factual.
But it's FaZe who still have that lead.
Yeah, Optic has done well to for a
Tide's
moment
about to
bring
turn
the
for
game
FaZe.
closer, but now as
What gave that away?
I mean,
Stalker shot to not have to worry about.
Oh, we'll finish him, John. Don't worry.
So still neck and neck here, just past the halfway mark.
Good damage coming in from Formal again.
Oh yeah, I was
See
trying to
why had
pace
so many
mine with
assists
like the
in that
games, you know,
previous
be like
Another
game
big
1,
kick
game 2,
coming
game
in
3.
Oh, there you
So,
go.
on the
I'm
optic
doing
side.
all right.
I mean, it's literally only 2 ounces of vodka, so it's just it's a standard amount of alcohol in a mixed drink. So
Trippy gets another camo. That's 3 camos for him, and FaZe now have.
So there you go,
to worry
ladies
as
and
we have a
gentlemen.
tie game, and we
Trippy
have
gets
a
camo.
tough
A game is tied 30-30. And Will, what's the rule about Slayers?
It starts at 30.
It starts at 30.
It's perfect. What does he do here? Game in his hands. Taking his time on the push.
I love how he's just getting into position to not trade, right? FaZe are terrified. They know they don't have
unless
camo,
it's a
so the
fucking
rest of Optic
blowout.
are playing around this right
See,
now.
this sucks too, because, like, FaZe
FaZe
can't do anything. They get collapsed on. Optic are able to take the lead. Great teamwork. Dropping the Bulldog for Trippy.
In the world going up against one another. The camo grab will
I felt
determine
like
who's
Trippy
able to make
didn't
the play.
even
Now,
utilize his
Optic gaining
camos to the
leads
best.
35
No,
to
it
32.
didn't matter.
He got traded a lot.
Yeah, but
he got 1 kill with the camo, but then died instantly.
It didn't even fucking matter.
Yeah.
They were able to collapse on all of FaZe and A, get all
I'm just
4
saying,
dead.
like, this could have been more dominant than we even saw.
Yep. And that's when Trippy even said in his interview with The Narrative, by the way, shout out The Narrative, he even said that there's things that they can clean up.
Mental games on display as well. One of
Like,
my
even
favorite
when
things
he
from
was
FaZe
thinking
listening
about
was you heard
that's
exactly
this
they
series.
love to do this, they
There are
love to
things
go
that they
this
can
way,
clean
love
up
to
and
go
be
dead.
even better.
Just knowing the tendencies of their opponents from not only weeks and months of scrims, but also, of course, multiple seasons up against one another. It's just a 3-kill game.
A 3-kill game. Lots of shots have been fired in the last 30 seconds or so, but no kills have been reported. 2 minutes 30 left on the game clock
Don't
as well.
forget to
and it's
drink
very
water. Oh, I'm
possible
good.
At this point,
I'm
that
good.
we're not even going to hit the 50-kill mark.
I might
Camo's gonna be
sound
coming up soon as well. Nobody wants to go down in this next
tipsy
20
or
seconds
drunk,
or
but
so.
I'm just fucking
Trades
tired. This
as
is the, like,
FaZe make a strong push
barely
on the
any
inside.
sleep
Frosty
last night.
is gonna
I
find out
feel
who's
Long
that.
day
alive,
today.
though.
I
Lucy
feel
gets
that.
Like, I think I'm on like sub
FaZe
5
are
hours
falling
of sleep.
apart.
Yep.
Very,
I
very
feel
good
that.
discipline coming in here from
Magic
Trippy.
Artistry,
Not
welcome
wrap
back, man.
around, thought about it, wrapping around benches. Instead, he stays alive.
Snakebite almost saved the play, got a second player when should have been traded. Yeah, absolutely, in back A. He did get a double kill back there.
They don't quite have the timing though. However, the push is good enough for Trippy to get yet another camo. And now the game is in Optic's
Another
hands.
camo, another collapse on FaZe.
You have 2 spawners coming in from FaZe.
Lucid
What
has
a run! Lucid 17-7 in a game that they lead by 9.
They're just proceeding to get shit on.
The Optic fans can feel it. And so
Trippy's just able to mosey on the fuck in and get a casual double.
Optic now moved within 3 kills of going 2 up in the series.
Just
What a
wow.
game from them. Pre-nades coming in on Cafe as well, but it's once again good discipline coming in from Lucid as well. They're up 47-36. The home stretch for them. On top of that, there's only 65 seconds or so on the clock. Time is on their side.
Yep, it's not. The time isn't even gonna fucking matter.
The way of Lucid.
We are in a push because we can't lose situation.
That nade was beautiful.
It was absolutely gorgeous. And this one too.
In that battle. One shot, Royal 2, surely the last kill.
Royal 2 the last one that goes down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Optic now with a
So there you go again. That Slayer started at 30, and then it was over. Oh boy. Strongholds.
4th map, recharge strongholds.
Camo's the one thing where I see Formal grabbing it a bunch, but he's not usually super effective with it. He's usually the player I don't like seeing grabbing the camo. Glad we have Penguin because he's another solid camo player.
Competing chance in the building,
Gosh, you didn't do the
unsurprisingly
fast
already
forward
in game
sounds.
number 3. It's really
I agree with that because Formal is kind of more of a hold a position type player, a power position.
Close out the series in 3 games. FaZe trying to stay alive and extend the series.
I mean, what a start this is from Optic.
He's
by
not
the way. They
good
get a
with
double
roaming
cap, they get
camo.
camo and shock.
Cants real quick asks, thoughts on Slayers that slow down from time to time? I've always liked it, but I know some people don't want it to happen. I love Slayers in the HCS. I don't care if they're fast-paced. I don't care if they're slow to a fucking crawl. I love them. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, no, I like them too. I like when it slows down because it creates tension.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, it's like watching a thriller and you don't know what's going to happen and like, who's going to make the first move? Where's the killer going to pop out from? You know what I mean? Like,
skip it to pop, pop.
Sure.
Yeah, and you don't know, like, whatever team makes the first move, if that team is able to get an advantage, if that team is able to get 1, 2, 3, maybe even all 4 dead, get a better position on the map, take control of the game from then on. Do they steamroll from that point forward? Did they get close back again? I love Slayers. I love them.
The thing about slowdowns too is it does slow down, but then once things start happening, it flies. Like collapses start coming and pushes start going, and people just start flying around the map, for not a better word coming to my head. Yeah, it's just fun to watch. It's fun to watch.
It really is. And it's a shame, and I get why it was taken out, but I do dearly miss it. I miss the Empyrean Slayers. I really do. Though,
really?
Yes, I loved it. I love Pit Slayer. So and one of the reasons was due to spawns, and because spawns were fucked.
Oh, static spawns?
Yes.
That's why, like, you always spawn basically first or tower.
Sure. Yep. So I get why it was taken out, but I loved it. There was something so nostalgic, obviously, from the Halo 3 days, but I just loved how the game was a slower paced game. Like it genuinely was. And when you had both snipers on the map and teams were trying to fucking just gauge each other's skill, who's going to peek out, who's going to get that pick, are they going to be setting up for rockets again, who's going to get the overshield, like what play is going to happen that's going to dynamically change how the rest of this game goes. I fucking loved it. And to me, if you guys, like, I know we've already answered the question, Cants, but I'll say this. The thing that I love the most about Slayers, basically all of last year, we had some unfucking believable ending of Slayer games.
Oh, God. First,
go ahead.
Candyland Man and Equinox, thank you for the follows.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the after party.
Yeah, was it FaZe SSG with the fridge push on Aquarius?
Yeah. Yeah.
That went into an overtime and everyone was
Renegade
like, wait a
fucking
second.
swooped down and was able to pick it off.
Well, he got damaged, he backed off and then came back to the fight. I was like, what the hell?
Tie game, and like the clock went down to 0 and it's a tie game, so it went to technically overtime.
Yeah, if SSG would have waited like 3 more seconds to push, they would have just won the game on time.
Slayers from a player again, I need to make sure people understand this. A lot of pro players do not like Slayer in the HCS. And I respect their opinion because they're the ones that are playing the game at the highest level. They're the ones that are playing it for our entertainment, right? They're the ones that are playing it to become better, to win money, whatever it may be. But from a spectator standpoint, holy shit, there is nothing else quite like a 50-49 Slayer, a 49-49 fucking edge of your seat Slayer. A Slayer that end of regulation happens and you're in sudden death overtime. Like, fucking, there's nothing like that. Nothing like it. It's so good. Fuck. Let's watch the Strongholds game.
Yeah, let's get back to this.
So it's the perfect opening strategy from them.
Movar, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party.
Trade over A, not quite in time to stop that conversion, which now means that Trippy's going to have to take a few extra seconds to go back to A and cap it.
Two still dead here. That shouldn't buy all the time Trippy needs. He will eventually finish A and also get
fuck yeah, Cants.
Coming out the cross, but looks like Renegade hit snuck in on the bottom based on the fact
thank you for the question and thank you for the conversation.
Pick up the melee and also grab the shock.
Trying to be aggressive as well.
Magic says, I miss Street Strongholds. It was always so mixy and full of the best players making insane plays.
But now
I wonder with Camo being bottom mid if it would be viable again.
Hitting headshots, hitting shots, and stopping the scoring.
That's a good point. It also doesn't spawn right away either, so
they do have to wait here. Lucid trying to make something happen from the tower. And not
I feel like that B
Concept just creamed his pants.
Like off of the bottom A
oh my
god. Maintain presence on the map.
It was like me and the Woodham double kill.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just love the way he lines it up and then just flicks up to the head. Body shot is just not good enough for Renegade.
All right.
What?
Right now,
it's the after party.
That's true.
All right.
As a fight with
Let me have my fun.
Weaponry advantage.
Can we get some
laser
shit and like dim the lights a little for tomorrow?
Going through those
party.
No.
Back into the action. Why wouldn't they?
Do I fucking have a rave in the studio?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Rave in the studio, dude?
Hell no.
FaZe Clan will go to an early 50-16 lead. However, it's a trip cap response from Optic.
Roll, Raggy.
The aggression they showed. I don't
trip cap early, man.
Yup.
Trippy just ruined your hopes and dreams.
A trip cap with Trippy.
I mean, you can do what you want off the back of it.
An absolute reversal on your screen.
Are we getting hometown cream cannons today?
Like the reset comes in
oh,
there.
what do you mean?
We did joke about doing something for tomorrow.
There might be some cream cannons.
There might be some cream cannons on the after party tomorrow.
They may have done something different for year 2. Just saying.
Year 3.
That was year 2.
That was.
Wherever FaZe step into a stronghold, there's numbers and there's more guns.
I went back in time, guys.
What?
Trying to sneak out here, but look at
so I called it year 2. I was like, I went back in time.
Oh my god.
Or lost a year of my life. Who knows?
Or both.
Yeah. Of C here. Renegade will be taken down. It's Dead Zone who gets the kill. And now Lucid looks to take on Royal 2, but Royal 2 will get the double. It's a 2v2 on the map for now.
Kills traded out. As you say, 2v2. Now B starting to flip though in favor of
see
it,
like we're just
see if they can finish B to maintain this.
Every time you think that FaZe have a little resemblance of control,
do that very nice mid bridge.
They don't.
Coming in from him, the assists come in as well, and as Optic Gaming crosses the 90-point mark, let's get into a listen in with a green wall.
They just fucking don't.
Look at surprise. Just hold it. Hide there, Matt. On the C-jump. I'm coming, Matt. Weak in the hill. Weak in the hill. On the C-jump. Here. You know, gold. Back side, Matt. Back side, Matt.
Cover one.
In C. He's trying to push me.
Push me. And then just touch me. So I can get my satisfaction. So mind-blown HCS hasn't put a mini-map for the casters. It would help the watching experience so much, man. Sad. Yeah, I agree.
That would be cool.
But there's other priorities.
Not look for a model.
Yeah, but I agree with you 100%. It sucks. It just fucking sucks, man. They literally can't do anything.
They're in A. Two dead.
FaZe?
Yeah, like they Optic know they're in A.
Here. Good spawn, C, boy. Hold the cross, guys. Don't watch out,
Hear that? Hold the cross.
I'll cap bait, man. I'll cap bait.
Oh,
Great shots by Royal too, though, to get that camo player out of there. But didn't fucking matter because they rotate back into A, they get the kills anyway, and that's another trip cap for Optic.
Formal gets 2 on C by himself.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy to me right there.
Yep.
I see dead zone and long, but man.
Wow, the comms back into the game as Optic crossed
VR.
200 points. FaZe have not had
Still a great
four
fucking
alive on
gun.
the map for what feels like almost a minute and a half now.
It really does here. They're being
It's almost like it shouldn't have changed.
That was also a killing spree.
No.
You know, maybe the spawns would have been fucked.
As
I
they
mean,
now
that's
have
true.
Lamau.
3 points on the board to FaZe Clan's only 50.
Lamau, dude.
Less than 50 points to go for Optic before they potentially 3-0 in this series.
I mean, they get
Potentially
control of A, they
3-0?
get control of B, they're
Spoiler alert.
once more. Renegade and Royal 2 finally get a couple of kills, but look at Lucid. He wants to chase this down. He wants to
They
Renegade
can't.
out
They
of that
just can't
stronghold.
fucking
And
do
he
anything.
clears him out comfortably. Should be able to
Oh,
get the
this
reset.
plasma pistol
Yeah,
play.
this is nuts.
That's great.
To turn B over.
Let's hold on. He hit that.
Yeah.
He hit it, curved around the fucking corner. Do you see that
Yeah.
shit?
That doesn't happen in matchmaking.
No, this doesn't happen at all. The fuck is this? Watch this. Lucid sitting back behind the pillar and elevator, charges up the PP gun, which is getting nerfed.
I don't think this
nerfed
is
slash
actually
buffed.
the one, John. I think there's another one.
Just watch this shit.
Be able to get the reset.
So it's locked
Hold
on
on.
there at least.
Hold on, can I do the thing? Oh yeah, I can do the thing.
FaZe in
Ew, just see it go around the fucking corner?
Yeah, that was good.
the bleed.
It actually tracked.
Should be able to get the reset.
Ew. Fucking nails him. What the shit? I fucking hate this game. That's bullshit. You know, of course it would happen for Lucid. Of course Lucid would be able to have that happen for him. Fucking Jesus Christ. George Sickwick, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Do you know the map set for Winners Final available for the public now? And
I
if
don't
so,
think
how
it
to see it?
is.
No, I don't think so either. I do not believe
We as viewers will not know until it's about to be played and they throw the series up on the screen.
so. Indeed. The PP does have tracking. Everyone knows that, right? Yeah, if only it fucking worked 100% of the time. Jurdius, welcome back. It might have hit through the steps. It looks
players
like it
do
curved.
know.
It looks like it curved right around it, like at the bee's dick.
You know, it
fucking
kinda,
just.
I'm wondering if it like essentially hit his feet as he was jumping.
Maybe. Do the players know? Yes, I believe
Yes.
they do. Yes.
Turn B over. But look, the B's not.
Just fucking
Another kill for Lucid. It's a double for him. He's looking for a triple. Renegade
So there
trying to
is there
escape.
another plasma
Let him
pistol
go
play
as he
coming?
turns towards
Because
I don't.
B
I
and
thought that
think
was
about
it.
points.
No,
Oh
there's
no,
a,
he lays into somebody, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's got to be on A here.
Beautifully
Yeah.
done. Somehow he threads that.
He also
pistol
the
underneath
thing that I
staircase
love
as he
is
goes
like
over the
Royal
staircase
2.
Oh, here.
and then
Oh,
takes
no,
down
maybe.
Royal 2 is one shot from that PP shot sitting by the pillar. He was literally the quintessential, I'm in danger.
Yeah.
just
Just sitting there. Maybe if I hide long enough, he'll forget about me.
God.
Oh,
Holy shit, dude. It's crazy.
man.
World 2, they will maintain the advantage with one player
All right, here
down
we
here
go.
from FaZe. They continue scoring
Here we go.
at the 2:15 mark.
Another kill. Another killing spree
Here it
here on the
comes.
side of Optic.
Here it comes.
It's starting to get
This
into
is-
a
here it
situation
comes.
where it's desperation.
One.
And
Yeah, that was it.
It's
and there's the teabag. This game is over, ladies and gentlemen. This series is over.
And the
When you
hometown
see
crowd would love
Lucid
to see it. He will
teabagging,
move
you
up
never
and
see
put
that.
the
So when
board
you see
down.
Lucid
244
teabagging, you
points.
know that they're winning this fucking game. You know that for a goddamn fact. And there it is.
Yeah, the plasma pistol nerf is literally just the Lucid nerf at this point.
It is. It is the Lucid nerf. 100%. God damn it. Keep your coins. Thank you for the follow. Welcome
Hey,
to the
thank
after
you, thank
party.
you.
Greatly appreciated. What a series indeed. What a series indeed. And again, I'll say it. I don't believe two things can be true, right? Both things can be true. I don't think FaZe came out hot enough, and I think Optic just came out hot. Optic played absolutely lights out from the get-go,
FaZe, it just looked like FaZe were just not ready for that smoke. And we know FaZe can play better than that. And even though they beat Complexity, like for the last match of Saturday, that wasn't anywhere near what their peak is. Like that wasn't anywhere near what I expect to see out of them as a world championship roster. So what I'm hoping is, and again, not just saying this because of our predictions, which are wrong all the time anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just for fun. But I'm hoping that with a full night of rest for all of these teams, that FaZe will come back as what we know them to be. Optic keeps up their fucking string of wins, or their tenacity, their fucking drive. Space Station comes out swinging, and Shopify maybe causes an upset. Like, we're not done yet. We're not fucking done yet. So I'm super, super stoked about what we're going to potentially see on Sunday, as in later today. Did you pin a comment?
No. Oh, I did on accident.
Yeah, you did.
This is why.
Unpin. I unpinned it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're good. So, yeah. Shout outs to Optic on that win because they killed it. They, for all intents and purposes, they annihilated FaZe.
Thanks, Silos. It was the not like this emote, you know?
Shut the fuck up, Silos.
Wait, what?
Halo 1 truther, Jesus Christ. Just kidding, I love you. So,
for those that don't know, if Josh says fuck you to someone, it's a term of endearment.
It really is. It really is. Fuck you, Matty Rums. He's not even here.
No, he hasn't been here in a hot minute.
I'll just give him strays. I'm just going to make him catch strays by me.
Matty does have Helldivers.
Yes, he does. Oh, yeah, fuck me. I need to play with him too. Yeah. We should get a squad going sometime.
Me, you, Matty, and Joey for Pro Talk Plays.
That sounds good to me. Get it set up. We got to do Off the Rails at some point as well. We're already midway through the month.
Shit.
Holy shit. So yeah. Shout outs to Optic for the fucking annihilation that they displayed. I don't think we've seen the best FaZe yet this tournament. They do need to bring it tomorrow. Obviously, they're going to be out. So they need to show what they're actually able to do, what we know what they're able to do to go further within this tournament. If FaZe come out flat tomorrow, or if Shopify come out too strong, Shopify have a real opportunity here to already break into top 3. They need one more win to do it. I don't think it's personally going to happen, but it's possible.
Possible, not probable.
There you go. Love that. Look at that. So, yeah. I'm really excited to see Optic Space Station because that is a true test for Space Station finally. I think it's Space Station's first true test of the tournament. No offense to Shopify. I just don't think they're there yet. So I'm really excited to see that. And we know how well they match up together already, like with their previous rosters. So we'll see if that continues. And yeah.
Should we almost recap a little bit?
Go ahead.
You bust in with anything that comes to mind for you, but
go ahead.
Just kind of storylines of the day.
Yeah. I have them listed too.
Unfortunate tournament for Sentinels.
It was awful. It was awful. Top 16, going from top 4 to top 16. Awful.
Again, we believe they don't need to make a team change.
Correct.
Forget this tournament. Bounce back. Who knows what's happening with Spartan? Hopefully everything's okay.
In the words of traditional sports, that was Sentinel's F game. That was Sentinel's F tournament.
Sure.
Like if you were going to give a graded level, every team gets an F game. Right?
It's one.
Yes, it's an F game, for those who don't know, is a game where you have an opponent where you should beat them. Like on paper, and all like statistics wise and betting wise, you should beat that team, but you don't. And hell, you might even get blown out. And that means, like, oh, that was your F game. You get one a season. Okay? Don't make it a thing. But, like, you get one a season. There you go. This was Sentinel's F game. This was Sentinel's F tournament. They was awful. Go ahead.
Yeah. Fuck. 3 out of 4 teams from the open bracket coming out of pools.
Yes. And not only coming out of pools, coming out of pools into championship bracket. I don't think we've ever seen that before.
Yeah.
And Ascending Baseline didn't even deserve to be in pools in the first place, but that's besides the point.
We still need to see Native Gaming gel more.
Yes.
They need more time. They need to get on the same page.
Yes.
Because there is talent on that team.
Mm-hmm.
It's just got to come together.
And they did make it out of pools in the
did.
championship bracket, and they did eliminate business to get there. Like, in all seriousness, like they did what they needed to do to get to champ bracket, but they didn't do what they needed to do to go further than that. And I'm not kidding, Will, and I said this to you before. When I was making my mock bracket and I saw that Native Gaming were going to beat business and make their way in, I had a feeling Complexity were going to lose in their first winners bracket match, which made Native Gaming's first losers bracket match against Complexity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're going to lose. They're going to lose that. Complexity have been practicing for longer than they have as their full squad. I just think that they're a better team at this point in time. So, and of course that's what happened. I'm not saying like, oh, I was right. Like I looked at it and I'm like, that's what it looks like is going to happen. And it did.
All right. Couple teams to shout out. Lore. Right? Mexican team.
Lore. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Almost making top 8.
Almost making top 8.
And they're one of the open bracket teams that made it into pools, that made it through pools into championship bracket. Fuck all the people out there who say that the Mexican teams don't deserve a chance at pools automatically because they fucking showed you that they can hang and they can win.
Also shout out Foe.
Oh, shout out Foe, shout out Woodham.
Yeah,
Oh,
then that turns into Woodham showing up to his first land and
again
showing what PC players can do, dominating, having some highlights, keeping calm, cool, collected, insane.
Youngest player in the HCS today.
Correct.
First HCS land, like you stated. First mouse and keyboard player to make top 8 in Halo history. And Foe finished the tournament with a top 6 finish. And Magic Artistry, we'll get to your question in a second. Don't worry.
Yep.
Because trust me, just wait. Go ahead.
Gonna shout out Shopify for taking the mantle of that 4th place team.
Yes. They are solidified top 4.
Yeah, top 4, potentially higher.
Yep.
We still have our 3 juggernauts, though. That's what I'm going to call them, Space Station, FaZe, and Optic. Optic look hot today. See if it carries tomorrow. You never know. It's a new day.
It's a new day.
Maybe Space Station's like, you did that. Wait till you see what we can do.
Exactly.
And anything can happen on Championship Sunday.
And it's the first time these two teams with these new rosters are facing off against each other on LAN.
Yeah. Again, the storylines, man.
Yep.
Dead Zone to Optic.
Legend
to
Space Station.
Space Station. Both teams with new members. Both made these changes to get better, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Yes.
Man, if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. Come on.
Yes, Fresh. Yes. Anything else you wanted to add?
I'm thinking. I think that's it.
Well,
I gotta look at this question.
So Magic Artistry asks, not a relevant question to today's matches, but if you're a team, would you take a chance on Druck? Haven't heard your thoughts. No.
I need to see proof he can get into the country.
Yes, that's it. If his visa situation was figured out, yes, absolutely I would. He's a phenomenal talent. He always has been. But if that's not taken care of, then fuck no. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. No, thank you. And again, it's nothing against the skill. He has the fucking skill. We all know that. But if you're going to make it a logistical nightmare for me to have you on my team, fuck out of here.
So Lumberquack says, does Shopify stand a chance versus FaZe?
Yes. They stand a chance. Any team stands a chance.
I say yes, but like you were talking about Optic FaZe being those teams' first test.
Yeah. Shopify's already had their tests and they failed.
Against who?
Space Station.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're there yet. That's why I don't think FaZe will lose.
Yeah.
Like, give it a tournament or two and maybe, but this is why I said that Shopify are knocking at the door for top 4. I didn't say top 3.
But yet you give them a chance tomorrow.
Absolutely. I think any given Sunday.
This is one of those scenarios where I'd have to say
no.
This would have to be FaZe beating themselves some way.
I can understand that to a degree.
I think the talent on FaZe and what they can do is going to outmatch Shopify in the current state of both these teams.
I can understand that. And see, that's my thing is that, do I personally think that Shopify will beat FaZe? I mean, we're 2 a.m. right now, our time on Sunday, so technically today. No, I don't think they will. Because I've said this a million times, there are tiers to these teams. The top 3 teams are FaZe, Optic, Space Station, in any order you want. I don't care what order you put them in. That is the top 3. It has been the top 3 for the past 2, even 3 years. Plain and simple. Okay? Maybe they weren't represented by that organization, but the core of those members, they were the top 3 teams for the last 2 years, maybe even 3. Plain and simple. Until a team comes in and shakes that up, those will remain the top 3 teams. Do I think Shopify have the ability to shake that up right now? No, I don't. Do I think that team is great? Sure. I think they have phenomenal talent, and they've proven that they can win games and win series. But we saw what their first test was against Space Station. And I don't even think Space Station's been truly tested yet. That's going to come tomorrow against Optic. But the fact of the matter is they did not win that series, Shopify. And it is what it is. Now you have to go up against FaZe, and FaZe are going to be pissed the fuck off in losers bracket and think that they shouldn't be there. So yeah, like you said, Magic, it depends on the FaZe that you get. That's why I'm never going to say never, Justin Bieber. But, sorry, Will. But no, I don't think Shopify wins tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because FaZe should win that series. Maybe it's a 3-0, maybe it's a 3-1, maybe it's a game 5, but FaZe should win that series. Dupe, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Magic says SSG still have yet to win a major when playing against either FaZe or Optic in the finals. And that's the thing, Magic, is that this is why I put those 3 teams in the top 3. Because I literally broke it all down. I broke it all down for Worlds last year. I think I may have the note that I made. But I broke down every single time each of those 3 teams played each other on LAN last year. And I broke down the win percentage for series based off of like when Optic played SSG, when Optic played FaZe, when FaZe played SSG, blah, 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 like the different variations. You made a poll?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So, and the fact of the matter is like they all match up so well with one another. And there's a reason why they are a tier above the rest of the teams. There's a reason why the other teams are fighting for 4th place and not 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. As of right now. That fight for 4th has never been closer. That fight for 4th right now, like, besides Sentinel's unbelievably bad tournament, like, Sentinel's Shopify complexity to an extent, those 3 teams are like, they will, in my opinion, those will be the ones that are fighting for that 4th place spot. Okay? It's the same exact reason that Native Gaming Red back in the day were a top 6 team. Oh, but Josh, they got third at Worlds that one year. Look at the bracket they played through. Okay? Every other event, they were basically top 6 the entire fucking year. They were a top 6 team. It's not a hot take. It is what it is. Sentinels right now are a 4th place team. They're a top 4 team. They're not a 3rd place team, a 2nd place team, or a 1st place team. Shopify Rebellion are on that trajectory to being that 4th place team now, or in that fight for 4th place. They're not 3rd, they're not 2nd, they're not 1st. Not yet. Doesn't mean it can't happen later on in the year. They're just not there yet. Complexity clearly need to work on some things to get themselves into that conversation a little more. But I like the talent on that roster. I like what they're doing, and I have faith that they can get further into that conversation to be a top 4 contender more consistently. You're a football guy. Unless you win a championship, you ain't top tier. This is regular season. It matters, but not that much. So here's the thing, though. Are you saying championship is in world championship or championship is in a major? Because Cloud9 at Raleigh did win. Now, I know that was the very first major of Halo Infinite's tenure, but Cloud9 did win that. That was Dead Zone, formerly Penguin. That was his first LAN win in Infinite, was Raleigh. And again, I know now this one is a more contested one because this one wasn't a major, but SSG did win the global championship in SLC. Not a major.
That's the event where Sentinels beat FaZe twice, right?
Yes, I believe so. So that's the thing, is that I do put SSG in the top tier of teams. I do. I put SSG, Optic, and FaZe in the top tier. Because FaZe won Worlds last year, they are technically, in my mind, a tier, like a slight tier ahead of those other two, because they won Worlds. It's the same reason I had Optic in that position last year. Because they had won Worlds the year prior. They did end up winning the first event of the year at Charlotte. So, like, Optic at that time were a tier ahead the other two teams. Are FaZe playing to the best of their ability right now? No, I don't believe so. But until they lose, they're still there. Does that make sense? So yeah, I don't think Shopify are beating FaZe today. I don't. If FaZe come out the way that they're supposed to, if FaZe plays the way that we believe that they should, aka a world championship caliber tier, then Shopify will not win that series. It could be close. The games could be close. The series could not be close, but the games could be. Or the series could be close anyway. But FaZe should win that series. Worlds is only meta until these majors go back to everyone plays through open bracket. The way I look at Worlds, Rod, did you include FaZe in the list or no?
Yeah.
Oh, I only see 2 options, so.
Those were the 2 that tied for first.
Oh, got it. Nobody believes in FaZe. Oh my God. I'm just kidding. I understand.
Nobody voted.
I understand why nobody did. I understand why.
6 of you voted.
That's fine. It's not like they made it through losers bracket one time before. At the Halo World Championship, by the way.
Magic, you could have been the tying vote. Instead, you voted for Shopify.
God damn it. Ridicule says, I think tomorrow will prove again that the pecking order is very clearly Optic, FaZe, SSG. But see, that's the thing, is that Ridicule, right now, it's FaZe, Optic, SSG.
That's fair, John. I mean, yeah, like, FaZe could come out totally different tomorrow.
They could.
And just run the table.
Yep. That's the thing, is that these teams are so hotly contested. They're so close. They're so close. Rice, thank you for the follow.
Hey, thank you.
Welcome to the after party, my dude. Sentinels not only beat FaZe twice, but they also beat Optic and Quadrant at their best. I think Quadrant also kind of fell apart in Worlds, if we're being honest. But that's a whole other conversation. But no, seriously, this is why I put Sentinels in a solidified top 4 spot. They had an awful tournament. Probably the worst ever at Arlington this year. Doesn't mean I'm taking stock out of them. It was their F game. It was their F tournament. Every team gets one. When all 3 teams are playing their absolute best championship Sunday, how do you rank them? If I were to rank them, okay, if we're saying their absolute best right now, then I have to go the same order as Worlds last year. FaZe, Optic, SSG. If they're playing their absolute best.
It's tough because there's new members of
right,
two of those
but
teams.
that's the thing, is if I was just doing it after an absolute best, quote unquote, right now, because that's the reason why I put more stock in FaZe, because they stuck together.
Sure.
And they just won Worlds. They made history doing it by being the only team ever to do it out of losers bracket and winning 8 games in a row.
The crazy thing about Infinite is you're never going to get these teams playing, like, one team's always going to be better, right? One team's going to come away with the win. And the game is set up right now to make one team look dominant in a way. Where Optic, FaZe, SSG all have the ability to spawn trap, to predict where people are going to be coming from, more so than other teams, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So they're going to make that disparity look bigger when they're winning games.
Exactly. So that's why it's really hard to do that. What's up, Bryce? Welcome. It's really hard to fucking do that. And these teams are all incredible. And that's why I understand that there's a love for wanting to create storylines and wanting to speculate and wanting to be like, oh, this team's so clear and above, way better than the rest of them, or this team's fucking shit, blah, blah, blah. I understand the sentiment around having those types of conversations. But the fact of the matter is, these top 3 teams are so good. And there's a reason why we say any given Sunday. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. It can come down to game type and map. It could come down to map mode combinations. It can come down to if a player isn't feeling well. It can come down to a team just doesn't show up the way that you think they're supposed to on a given day or a given game or a given series, whatever it may be. The game could fuck you over. There could be a technical difficulty that kills all momentum. You just don't know. But these teams are so good. And I know it sounds like a cop-out answer, but I mean it. Those top 3 are the top 3, and depending upon the day, the game, the series, whatever, you can fucking change them. What's up, Rated? Welcome back. And see, Lumberquack, I'm glad you feel that way. But again, I'll say it till the day I fucking die. Online doesn't matter. It's a completely different fucking game. Not saying it won't happen like that, because it very well could. I just don't think Shopify are there yet. They have a lot of skill. I just don't think that they stack up right now. Just right now. It's the first LAN of the fucking season. I don't think they stack up right now against the top 3. Hence why I believe they're fighting for top 4. It's a crazy concept.
White Ice says all top teams at their best and peak phase is the best period, and then Magic says you can't really know the current SSG and Optics peak right now. That's the thing, right? Like I was basing mine off of Worlds last year because of how everything went down at that point in time. That was it. But yes, this is the first LAN of the season, guys. These changes, these roster moves make a fucking difference. Clearly they do. And we don't know how things are going to shape up until, wait for it, we see it happen. We don't know how Optic and SSG stack up this year because we haven't seen it yet. And luckily we get to watch it today. Later today. But we get to watch it today. Rev says Optic has the inside on SSG's tendencies with Zane on the squad now. Not necessarily. That's another misconception. Sure, maybe there are a couple tendencies here and there, but realistically speaking, now that they have Legend on that roster, they change the way they play the game. Just like now with Dead Zone on Optic, they change the way they play the game. They're not going to have the same strategies anymore. Wait. All right, there we go. We're back. Hi, guys. Don't worry. We all lost audio. We know. Oh my God. This is fucking hilarious. Will is really trying to wrap this up. He is. He clearly is.
Can't hear us still.
Really? We should be coming through. Are we not?
It's coming through on Discord or on the app.
Yeah. There it goes. Okay. I was going to say, yeah, we should be coming through just fine. Thanks. Appreciate it. It's also a completely different meta. John, that was exactly what I was going to get to before Will conveniently cut me off. It's a different meta as well. We don't know how Optic and Space Station stack up against each other because we haven't seen it happen. And regarding like the misconception around like players leaking other players' shit based off being on a different roster now, it's not the case. Team strategies change because the rosters changed. The meta's changed. They're not doing the same plays anymore. They may have some in the repertoire, but they've changed things up. They don't want to be what's the word I'm looking for? Fucking yeah, regardless, you get what the fuck I'm talking about. When did they nerf the bandit hipfire reticle? Never, Rod. Never. Live in the madness. Live in the madness. Wag says, I'm excited to continue seeing what Dead Zone may bring to OG and what they're missing in APG. Yeah, I agree. And again, nothing against APG. We were also really stoked for that pickup. So very excited to see what they do. John, thank you. Yes, stagnant was the word I was looking for. They don't want to remain stagnant. They want to upgrade. They want to upgrade and update their shit. 100%. 100%. That's what they want to do. Bada bing, bada boom. That's what they want to do. Will, you wanna take off?
I'm tired. I'm beat. I don't have much more energy left, guys.
Yeah, I think it's time. Will's crashing.
Yeah. Playdate. Community Playdate reference right there.
Love it.
Best shit ever. Best shit ever. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us tonight.
We're going to raid out. It is late.
Yeah, it is
Not
late.
a lot of people remaining.
Hold on. Hold on. I think we got a question here. So Magic says, will you guys ever do a live watch party? As in, like, just like while the broadcast is going on? We've done that before. We have done that before. I like doing this though, because we're not like interfering, because when we watch I want to listen to what the casters have to say. You know what I mean? Like, I want to hear them break things down, and I don't want to necessarily take that away from them. I'm not taking it away from them. I don't want to take it away from like our show, because I want to listen to what they have to say. They're very knowledgeable in that regard. And I thought this would be a really cool thing to do, because after the matches have taken place, maybe people want to catch up on some things. We can shoot the shit as well and just do that as well. Gibble says, please do them. I'm not going to say they're not in the cards, but yeah. John says there's a great watch party VOD from last season. It was Will's best performance, hands down, firm weekend. Oh, Will wanted to fucking kill himself.
Oh, God.
Panda, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. What place did Native Gaming get? Top
12?
12. Top 12. 9 through 12. 9 through 12. Godly shot. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the after party. Where did APG go? APG went to Native Gaming. APG went to Native Gaming. That's where the question came from.
Yeah.
What's poppin', fam? Green wall in the chat. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, Panda, relax. Relax.
They look good today. They look good.
John, I'm glad you like it, man. Glad you like it. Fuck yes. All right. Everyone look good out there. They did. They did look really good.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, they looked phenomenal. They didn't just look good. They looked fucking phenomenal. Not a problem, Ridicule. Thank you for being here. And seriously, thank you all for keeping the conversation civil. Thank you for keeping it respectful. Thank you all for adding the questions in the chat as well. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. Wish it was more popular. I think Infinite's the best version of Halo I've played since 2 and 3. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
There's still a lot of fucky shit online, but that's besides the point. Complexity was mopping up lower bracket. Oh my God, it's like we thought that they'd be fighting for a top 4 spot. It's fucking insane. Oh my God. All right, guys. Rev agreed. Guys, that's going to do it for us. Will is about to die over here. Oh shit, I didn't know he had the merch thing popped up.
I just popped it up.
Oh my God. Yeah. We have fucking Arlington merch. It's designed by Uriel, who did the Complexity and HCS merch collaboration a while ago as well. It's fucking sick. Exclamation point merch in the chat if you want to get your hands on one of the t-shirts or the posters. Available through the rest of the, till the end of the week at least on Friday. Again, at least. And if you purchase a shirt or a poster, not only would you be supporting us, that's obvious, but you'd also be supporting Uriel, the artist, because a part of the profits are going to go directly to him. So feel free to support if you want to, and if not, that's fine too. The art's fucking rad. So there you go.
Knocked it out of the park.
He really fucking did, man. He really fucking did. All right. Will's got to go to bed.
Yeah.
I need to go sleeps too. Okay? So here's the plan, ladies and gentlemen. This is being recorded, if I'm not mistaken.
That it is.
So, if you missed anything of what we talked about today, it'll be on YouTube eventually. But also, we will be live again for the final iteration of the after party for Arlington after the official HCS broadcast finishes today, because today's technically Sunday. So yeah, once grand finals has concluded, we will be live over here. We're going to break everything down like we did today, like we did yesterday as well. Hope you guys are there to tune in. Should be a fun time. And yeah, it's going to be great. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Will, are you queued up with the screens ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Guys, we'll be back later, technically today. Have a great night. Get some sleep. We'll see you later. But until then, bye-bye!